Arturo Dark Knight. He's one of our best listeners. Oh, UV.
UV? Did you just say UV?
Why is there a chicken in my parking lot?
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another RSG Wednesday night stream. What? Put your hands up. It is a hump day celebration with the longest running live stream in the community. I'm your host, Ranger J 1999, coming at you. Bang, bang. It's time to get this shit started, and we are glad to have you guys here on a Wednesday. You can be anywhere else, but you're here with us. We're glad to have you. Get your greetings out there. Whip out your pickles. Let's get this show started. It is time to have some fun and discuss the latest and greatest in news and note and Star Wars Galaxy heroes and give you a little bit of insight of what it all means. Glad to have you here. Joining me on this epic journey is, of course, the pimp himself, the lightsaber builder, the one and only Sir Loki.
What's up, man? Good afternoon.
That's right. Also joining us, he was the exact opposite of all those things I just said about Loki. The brown Gandalf, the beardless one, the government Wi-Fi stealer, the chicken chaser, the French tickler, the one and only big deal himself, Grande babyface Pappy Patron. Yeah, don't say anything, Grande. Good job. Way to go. Don't say a word. That's
Bueller.
Great job, Grande. Way to be a team player. Thanks for that. Good energy. Why do we even have Loki? Why do we have him here? Isn't it your week to watch him and take care of him and stuff? Like, were you assigned to this? All right, we already got a donation going. Oh, here we go. He says $5 from CBO97 says, for Grande word of wisdom today, if you see a toilet in your dreams, do not use it. So there you go. I think we've all had the pee dream, so there you go.
Yeah, if you see a urinal in your dream, don't pee in the urinal in your dream. Let me just tell you.
Don't do it. That's where you wake up with a very nice surprise.
Oh, God.
Like, oh no, I pee in my bed. So if you're new to this show and you're wondering how this works, we're here to just ensue the chaos and kind of control it and everything. We're going to have fun. We're going to, first, if you're watching this, give us a thumbs up and subscribe. That always helps the channel out tremendously, and we like that. We like thumbs up. Try to watch the video all the way through. We kind of go a little bit long, but if you like what you see, just keep watching. View time matters. Subs matter. Thumbs up matter. It's important. Just do it. Also, we have fun things for you guys set aside. You can have fun. We've got Streamlabs set up, so if you want to do funny bits, you can do Streamlabs. You can do them over on Twitch. You have to be subbed on Twitch to do that. You can sub on YouTube and sponsors. You can do all kinds of stuff. Super Chat, as you saw, is available. We got all fun little emojis and stuff like that set up, so you can do that. We'll be doing your questions. So if you have questions that you would like to pose to us, all you need to do is put your question into the chat. Make sure you put the word question in front of your statement, and then we will get that scooped up. Finn is running behind. He's a busy little beaver right now.
Whoa.
What?
I think he's here.
Finn! Oh my God. Is Finn here?
He's muted, though.
He's muted. He's here.
Hello,
Finn.
Hello.
Speak of the devil.
You made it just in time.
What were you up to, Finn? Were you dealing with work stuff?
Yes.
I was covering for you. Like, no one yells at Finn. Nobody but me.
Everyone yells at Finn.
No, not with my approval.
We did good.
No, everyone yells at Finn.
No, that's true.
It's the way to do it.
I blame Finn. So get your I blame Finn in the chat because I'm sure you had something today happen where it wasn't your fault, but you blame Finn. I blame Finn. This is the way it works. Like you woke up late, you blame Finn. You ran out of soap, you blame Finn.
Or you cut yourself on soap. That makes
You got a paper cut, you blame Finn. The Twinkie that you bought is the chocolate one, and you weren't paying attention. You wanted the vanilla. You blame Finn. This is how it works. But I digress. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. Get the I blame Finns in there. Let's show Finn some love by blaming him for everything that's wrong in the world. And we're going to do our word of the day. And the word of the day is used for us to shout you guys out. If you don't know how this works, we put the word into the day into the chat. We will scoop that up as long as you spell it correctly, which 9 times out of 10, you guys find a way not to spell it correctly or use other words. Don't complain to us when you don't get your shout out, but we will shout at everybody.
We will shout at everyone. I love that.
That was so well timed. Outstanding job. Thank you for the $6.66 CBO 97. My military brother from another mother that just made a little pea come out of Finn. It's fantastic. Awesome sauce.
That's not nice.
It's perfect. 666. Mark of the beast. Suck it up, Finn. All right, but we have a word that we'd like to do, CBO. A word of the day. And the word of the day is chaos. 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 Just put those 5 little letters into the chat. I know you can do this. Business is good. I know you guys can do this. There's no way you can mess this up. And we will now watch as the skewers mess this up. It's unbelievable how they will try to find the word chaos and not know how to spell it.
Business is bad.
Business is bad, yeah. Can't spell chaos right. So far we're getting good chaos. All right, we got a lot of good. No, that's wrong, Danny Crane. Here we go, right off the bat. Nope, that's wrong. Where's Taco? All right, here we go.
Charcoal's a good one.
Yep, that's not good. No, it's not KOS. That's wrong. Yeah, okay, there we go.
Somebody wrote China.
It's not Gina.
China. Revenator wrote K-Oz. And I'm like, Case Bank.
You got Chaos, Kratos. Cheerios, okay.
Crayons.
Butler's alter ego. Okay, Butler's alter ego.
Queso.
Yeah, queso. Yeah, there you go.
Cheese. No. Chaos.
As I said, you guys, all you have to do is just put the word chaos into the chat.
Charla.
And there's no way you can mess it up, but they are messing it up horribly.
Coco Taki.
Yeah, sure.
Wait. That said Choco Tacos, and you managed to get Choco Takis out of it?
Wait, what? I didn't see the
Somebody typed Choco Tacos.
Yeah, Darth Jar Jar wrote Choco Tacos.
And Grande called them Coco Takis.
Coco Takis. I have Takis on the brain right now. I apologize. You know the chip thing, but it's not a chip thing.
Oh my god.
Connor, Frick. If you put that in there one more time, brother, I'm going to ban your ass. All right, he put it in there one more time. Ban his ass. Please ban him. Admins. I don't tolerate spam. And if you want to pimp stuff, you should maybe, I don't know, ask permission before you do something like that on somebody else's channel. So enjoy the timeout, buddy. Rude, man. Not a day to be messing around with Ranger.
Okie dokie.
All right, we got all that out of the way. I hope everybody.
I be a pirate.
Finn is a pirate. Look at him dance. That's how Finn dances. I don't know if you guys knew that, but that's how Finn actually dances. It's actually not too bad, Finn. You're pretty good at it. You know, I'm just saying.
Finn, is it cold in Florida? I don't normally see you with that much clothes on.
What do you mean?
What?
He's got a sweater on. It's like summer.
A sweater? It's a sweatshirt. What is wrong with you today, Grande?
It's an RSG hoodie. I've been wearing an RSG hoodie on stream for like years now, Grande.
I know. I'm just wondering, like, if you're
no, chilly. Like literally almost like, every stream.
Where have you been?
I wear an RSG hoodie.
What is
like
happening?
almost every stream.
I got excited. I guess I don't know. I started.
What is?
I was looking at you in a new light.
God damn it, Grande! You're on a timeout, man. Jesus. 1 for being retarded, and 2 for making me stick up for Finn.
It's all right.
Good Lord. A sweater? You thought that was a sweater? What kind of sweaters you been wearing, man? I don't want to know.
I was concerned.
You were concerned. About what? That he was going to have heat stroke? He's indoors in AC. What do you think's going to happen?
He's not feeling good. He showed up late.
He's not feeling good.
This is where my brain is going. I'm like, my brain is going in like, how can I be concerned for Finity? And so I said that.
Yeah, please stop showing concern for Finity. Just stop.
Fair enough. Okay, fine.
Just don't do that to Finn. Just stop it.
I mean, I got some Cocoa Takis over here if you want them.
For God's sakes, man. Oh, we just got a big donation from Muddy Paws. 20 bang bucks in the chat. Says, thank you Muddy Paws, for the great content over the years. Muddy Paws, it is our honor and privilege to provide this great content that you enjoy. Thank you for being a fan and supporting us. Very much appreciated. Yeah, I hope you didn't kill anyone I know. Let's get some pickles in the chat for that donation. Very nicely done.
Thank you, Muddy Paws.
Right.
Mucho gracias.
Well, there's not a lot going on this week in Star Wars Galaxy Heroes.
I don't know who you are. I don't know what you want. If you're looking for ransom, I can tell you I don't have money. But what I do have are a very particular set of skills. Skills that I've acquired over a very long career. Skills that make me a nightmare for people like you. If you let my daughter go now, there will be the end of it. I will not look for you. I will not pursue you. But if you don't, I will look for you. I will find you. And I will kill you.
Thank you, Meow Meow, for the $20.08 donation for the Kermit Taken outtake. Oh, God. I think we have some more Kermit outtakes that we'll eventually get to once poor Finn gets through the madness at his work. Good Lord. You know, I actually offered to find the people that are doing this to Finn and punish them, and he wouldn't let me. So I said, Finn, you know.
No, they're very nice people. It's just a crazy time right now.
Are they, Finn?
Mm-hmm.
I don't like the way they're treating you. No one abuses
It's a crazy
Finn
time
me.
right now.
I'm just saying, no one abuses Finn but me. I don't like it.
Heck, I get a timeout for just saying I'm concerned about
because you have brain damage. For the love of God, be quiet, Grande. Good God. All right.
I do appreciate the concern, Grande, but
no, you really yeah, you really shouldn't. That's how he sucks you in, Finn. That's how he gets you.
Hey, we shared a room together. Grande and I have bonded.
I shared a room with him.
It's fine.
You know, I mean, these things happen, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, next time, Loki, it's your turn. Loki's gonna come out of the room like, oh my God.
Oh, I'm not wearing a crazy hat. Someone noticed I wasn't wearing a crazy hat.
Well, he's going with the.
Wait, did you share a room with Grande?
Yeah,
no,
the first night.
Finity, no, you slept on the couch, remember?
You were on the sofa bed.
You shared a room with me every night.
Yeah, I was with Grande the entire time.
Oh, we didn't have enough beds and stuff, so I slept
Remember,
on the couch.
you were supposed to share a room with me, and then you said, well, I took
the couch. Yeah,
I never touched Finity, you silly goose.
Finn, do you want to talk about what happened there?
I don't know. I fell asleep in the middle of a conversation.
He
I don't know
did fall with the lights on, and I'm like, Finity, and I'm like, well, I guess I better turn the lights off.
Finn, on the porg, show me where Grande touched you.
So for the people in Discord, right, that wonder if I like truly fall asleep while in voice chat, the answer is yes.
We were having a conversation in person.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Sheepy agrees.
If I lay down in bed and my head is on that pillow, there is like a 50-50 chance every minute that I'm gonna fall asleep.
It's just science. It's science. Science.
Hey, Finn, what's long and green? It smells like Miss Piggy.
No.
My finger! Yeah!
Oh, my God. Thank
you. $10 donation from Utah. Also, I didn't
My
know...
reaction is the same, by the way, while that joke is going on.
We have more.
In person as it is going on in there. Because every time I hear that, I'm just like, no. Ugh.
Yeah, I did a whole bunch from one night that has still not been set up for distribution for you guys to
I have them, but it's going to be in a slightly different system. I have like a big update coming out. So this is going to stay this way for a little bit until I get the bigger update out.
Yeah. So anyway, getting into the news. And my stream deck's not working. Great. Well, we'll just get... I'm Ted Koppel. Stream deck's not working. Why is it off? What the hell? Okay. I tried to push the button fin and it went poopy. I'll have to reset it. But that's all right. We're able to adapt. That's what we do over here at RSG. Nothing to report on this week. Nothing happened. So, good show, everyone. Have a great rest of your night.
Oops, we did it again. We messed up the game, and we don't know.
There you go. Thank you, Revenator, for the bits.
Thank you, Revenator.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Sword of the Jedi just donated $9.99. It said, someone needs to tell CG that their butt is not a lightsaber holder. Hashtag LITPH. I'm not upset with them or anything. Fantastic. Let's get into the news. And the real big news is, well, really, it's about what's going on with Arnold. Listen, guys, we cover the weekly news. It's hard not to cover this, especially now that this has expanded into some of the bigger, and I mean bigger, Star Wars channels out there. Battlefront Tonight covered this. Eckhart covered this. It's blown up, right? So it's not. Listen, we have to cover it. I've given my video, so I'm not going to say anything tonight. If you want to see Ranger rant, go watch the video. My job tonight is not to give another rant. That's why I did the video. However, I do want to get insight from everybody else, right? The first thing I want to say is someone mentioned to me that someone was threatening somebody that had a dissenting opinion. And I mentioned this in the lunchroom, and I can't remember, was it Sir Boss or somebody that was threatened, right? God forbid that they have a different opinion. I'm going to tell you this right now. If you are one of those kind of people that will pull some shit like that, get the F out of my Discord and don't be a skewer. I don't have time for people like you. All right? You're a punk and a bitch. And if you're that kind of person, get the hell out of here. Dissenting opinions in RSG happen all the time. We disagree. We have dissenting opinions about stuff all the time.
We have a lot of different opinions. You've heard us disagree on this show before,
but
and do it in a respectful way.
But threatening other people's families and stuff like that will not be tolerated here. No, and if I find out you did something like that, just as a warning, you're gone. I don't want to.
I don't have to agree with Ranger. I don't have to agree with Affinity, but I'm definitely not going to say something dumb or like make it personal because we have a disagreement.
Just dumb, just absolutely dumb. So don't be pulling that kind of stuff. That being said, I've given.
Agreed. Jesse BM said debate is good, disrespect is bad.
That's not even disrespect. That's not even disrespect. That is threatening, right? And if you're one of those people, get out. Yeah. Go away. I don't have time for you. Just go drink some bleach.
Have we heard what Loki said? What Loki thinks or what Infinity thinks?
No, we're going to do that right now because I'd like to get their opinions. We know what happened with Arnold. It's blown up. It has really blown up. Biggest post on Reddit. Forums are going bananas over this. It's blowing up all over YouTube. So I really want to get their insight on this. Loki, we're going to go to you first.
Why are you going to throw me under the bus, man?
I told you we were going to talk about the. You're such a piece of crap. I told you we were going to talk about.
No, I got some laundry to do right now, man.
You got some laundry to do right now?
No,
then what do you?
He's got to do.
I'm here for everybody, man.
Man.
I don't know. I mean, what are
your thoughts? Just on everything that's happened, what are your thoughts?
I mean,
if you don't care, you don't care. That's fine too.
Yeah, ultimately I don't care, but I mean, I'm all about the common sense, man. Like, I mean, last time I checked, when you boot up the game, it's called, it says CG and EA and all this stuff. And hey, man, if you break the rules, you break the rules. Should he have special treatment? I mean,
no, I don't think anybody's saying that. I'm not saying that. Yeah. Did he violate terms of service? Yes. And I don't think that's the argument. That's not the argument that I think most people are upset about, right?
What's the argument?
So, did Arnold violate terms of service? Yes. Right?
Yeah, I mean...
Does CG have the right to do that? Yes.
Yes.
Should they have done it? I don't know. That's something we can discuss tonight. Where they, I mean, the thing that CG is. My problem with this is the hypocrisy. You know, they'll sit there on more egregious offenses, and when I was on Cub Stream, there were other examples given of this. People that cheat, manipulate crystals, all this other stuff, right? Get off for certain things, right? We've seen the image of the email. We've seen the evidence of these other instances where cheaters. This ticks me off. They'll negotiate with cheaters, APK hackers, to not only what kind of sentence they want, but when they can start it, which is convenient for them. Now, I don't owe Arnold anything, right? My thing on this is like, whether you like Arnold or not, there's a bigger problem with this. And this is all systemic because this is a compiling thing of just things that CG is doing. You know, when they did this to Arnold...
Ouchie called you out, man. 8:23, now you're saying something.
What lasted? What?
You said we wanted to hear.
At 8:19, you said I'm not going to say anything.
Loki asked. You guys aren't speaking up. If you want to say something, but you're asking about it.
No. I
was asked a question, man. What do you want me to say? I don't know what's going on. I'm not going to say anything.
So I guess let me ask you if I understand, you know, what the facts are, I guess. So he had another account,
yes.
and he's claiming that it was because it was a shared account. That's why he got banned.
Yes.
But there's no letter there's nothing that says we banned your account because it was shared. Is there? Or is
they got to get an email for that.
Not a letter. It was a response in a YouTube post or something.
The other thing too is the reason he contacted them about having a problem is because he was paying real dollars to buy crystals, and the game there's a bug where you pay real money and you don't get anything in return. So you buy a vault but you don't get a vault is effectively what happened. That's how he contacted them in the beginning, is because he bought a vault and didn't receive a vault, is how I understand it. So he paid him money and didn't receive anything. And he said, hey, I paid money on this account.
Right.
Didn't receive anything. I'd either like my money or my crystals.
On the account that's quote unquote shared, right? Or whatever.
Yeah.
This isn't his day one account, I guess.
No, this is not. I think he has 3 or 4 accounts. He started an alt account, and then he has this other account that somebody was going to quit the game and they gave him the account, right? And so he's playing the account. And the account already had some good characters on it. So whenever he whales out for a character, he typically whales out on that account for the character. And in this process of purchasing stuff on that account, he didn't get what he had purchased. Mm-hmm. And so he said, hey, can you help me? I purchased this and did not receive it. And they said, oh, that's a shared account. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't know if it was a bug or just because of the region where it was from or whatnot.
Right.
But there was an issue.
So I guess this is where I'll start off. And again, I haven't read into all the drama. I don't watch the video. But we don't know the history of this account.
Absolutely.
And unfortunately, if it was involved, because I saw the message he got. It said you're banned because of multiple offenses. Now, do you get that message regardless if you have 1 offense or 10
offenses? I think you do. That's
a generic message.
Right.
I believe that is correct.
Yeah, I have no clue. That's what I'm asking. But long story short, it's not his day one account. However he got the account, I guess you assume responsibility, from the past, whatever this account was involved in. Sure. And, if it was involved in any kind of monkey business, then and we don't know. Nobody knows.
You're right. There's a lot we don't know about this particular.
Yeah, and I guess that's where I have an issue with it is, I personally wouldn't have, I guess, deposited my own money or credit card or whatever into an account that I don't know. I think that's kind of common sense, but.
Well, pushback is, and this is a fact. People are given accounts all the time. People that, because the cost of this game is through the roof. A lot of people get accounts from Kraken and stuff that have stopped playing the game and use those accounts all the time and take those over.
I get it.
Right? It's the first time I've heard of this kind of ban being that I can think of. And I talked with Cubs and some other people, and it's just like, I've never heard of this ban happening. I've heard of the Crystal one. I've heard of all kinds of stuff. I even heard about the Darth Vader one back in the day. Was reminded of that shit. I think, Grande, you brought that up where people had the thing with the Darth Vader stuff, getting banned.
Oh, man. You can go way back on the banning of accounts and whether or not it's a good idea or a bad idea. And so people got, a lot of people have gotten banned before. McMole got banned.
McMole got banned for just doing a video on somebody that was doing a video and how to, like how APK was a thing that could happen, right?
Bulldog, the guy, the people that got banned for a week right when guilds came out. I mean, there's a lot of banning that goes on. What it seems to be is there's banning that goes on that seems unjustified. There's banning that goes on that seems justified, and then there's negotiations that happen with people who should get banned, and they're negotiating with them. And then there's probably people who don't get banned that should get banned. Right, so
we have a double standard. It's hypocrisy.
We have four possibilities happening here, and it would seem to me, not knowing as much as I probably should know on the instance, that it's not being dealt with equitably or fairly, or any sense of that. It doesn't seem like there's no kind of similar judgment placed on individuals.
I mean, Arnold even admits that it is violation of terms of service. However, if that is the case, this is the thing that bothers me the most. CG at will, because I helped remod get with gas, I could get banned. This affects us more than just Arnold stuff. This is why I'm so upset about this. One, it's not the application of the rules across all spectrums, right? Was he in the wrong? Sure. If you want to say he violated terms of service, he did. There's no arguing that point. It's the double standard. And it's not just his case. When I was on Cub Stream, we had the guy from Shadowlands on giving multiple other examples of this kind of nonsense going on with other stuff from people that cheated and did crystal manipulation and other things of that nature, and how that all played out. And if you want more examples of this, they're there, right? It bothers me, right? Just randomly, they'll talk to cheaters. Again, I don't have any loyalty to Arnold. I mean, but they'll just give a blanket statement to Arnold and not even talk to the guy. I mean, whether you like Arnold or not, the stupidity on CG's part for me is it's amazing. Here's the guy with 150,000 subs that pimps your stuff all the time, buys stuff all the time. One of the few YouTubers that's still doing it, and not even give him the common courtesy just to say, hey, we caught this, by the way. This is a.
I feel like there should have been a larger conversation.
And again, this goes to more systemic things. That's more endemic of what CG's problem is. No communication.
Maybe there was a larger conversation and we just don't know about it. But I doubt it.
And that's where I'm getting at is like we only know what he said in the video.
I'm going to believe Arnold over anything CG has to say.
Yeah, it's just I don't know.
Sorry, CG has lied to us so many times. CG has not talked to us so many times. CG is against content creators. It's a fact. The blackmailing that they try to do against all the game changers and things of that nature, which was brought up, it's just a horrible company. I've just not seen this kind of nonsense before.
And we've seen it in the past too, though, where they have bans. We've seen it where they issue bans, and it's only for like a week.
Right.
I mean, it's like
it is potentially only for a week, right?
We don't even know how long he's going to be banned for. That's why.
Because there's no such thing as permaban, right?
Yeah, there's no such thing, man. But I've seen accounts in my arena.
I see that shit too. Yeah,
I see it all the time, dude. The guy got banned for Galactic Legends, crystal hacks, and then boom, the account's back after a month. So. I mean, I don't know. I feel like CG can do whatever they want. There's nothing
they can, and there's no argument that CG. There's not an argument here about
the
CG.
The name on the game is CG and EA, and if they want to ban them for monkey business, then so, it is what it is.
But I think this concerns me because of the petty nature of CG, and just they've got the thinnest skin I've ever seen. They could technically go back in and ban all the content creators. Because we've all used accounts in our, and just not for any other purposes other than, hey, like Ur's using it for just to do a GAC, or for us trying to help Rebon get gas, right? We can get banned.
Yeah,
for that.
Quote unquote sharing the account. So now we're gonna ban your main account and we're gonna ban the account that you did,
which they can do. But if
I just feel like it wasn't banned exclusively for sharing.
That's what it said. Unless they didn't say anything, but that's what they said. And now, is there more to it? There probably is. I think it's just CG being petty.
Man, it just seems like they could have done this. It seems like they could have gone about this a better way.
They could have. They really could have, man. It just bothers me that they only message with
you've said it a lot, Grande, that, you got the customer service department, you got the terms of service department, you got all these different.
Oh yeah, and it could, and again, it could
EA and CG. And if you got one guy that needs a bonus on a Friday and he sees this account come through and says, "Hey, this guy wants to get a bunch of refunds on vaults," if I deny him and I make my quota, for the month of denial, then so be it. I mean, that's business. I mean, it's
EA and CG are the same.
It's not
thing.
one guy that handles everything, right?
You say EA or CG as far as
it's effectively a subsidiary.
For outside perspectives, I thought Eckhart did a really fantastic job talking with Cubs about this and just the systemic problems that CG has. Here we are in this year of 2020 where we're supposed to be getting all this stuff, don't have it. Then they lie to us saying that there's no problems with their game. Then they're saying they're fixing stuff with their game. Then we're supposed to get a road ahead post and stuff. So CG has no credibility as far as I'm concerned. They have burned those bridges. So if I'm going to take somebody's word about this, and the reason I believe Arnold is because I've gotten other sources that verify what Arnold is saying about some of the other points that he put.
Plus, he's got a pretty good track record, right? At this point,
yeah,
right. We've caught CG, EA in multiple half truths, alternative facts, whatever you want to call it, right? We've caught them making missteps in that direction. Haven't really caught Arnold doing that. So my first kind of gut reaction would be to believe what Arnold says because I don't have a reason not to. Yeah. Right? But I do have a reason to believe that EACG is potentially doing things and then stating that it's another way.
I mean,
that's
the situation with, give me an example of how petty CG is, right? Mobile Gamer talked about this, Cubs talked about this, a few of the other game changers talked about this, where they basically try to blackmail and threaten them to not do Marble Strike Force.
The reason why we didn't sign the contract to be
why
game
we never
changers.
became game changers, because it was a bunch of baloney. But that's what they went through, and that's been brought to light because this just shows you how petty this company can be, right? Again, track record, more issues evolving into this one issue, right? Taking away the test accounts for no apparent reason other than just into the program, but we know why, because they didn't have a lot of nice things to say about Galactic Legends. I mean, it just compounds itself on top of this, and then they ban his account, and not even thinking about it. My thought process on this when I first heard it was like, nobody there said, "Oh, Arnold, our biggest content creator, let's talk to him first. Let's get an explanation." Or
everybody wants to hear what Finity has to say.
I'm waiting for Finity because I know Finity's going to go on a long thing. But Loki said some things, and you've said some things, and we've been kind of going back and forth. So, are you doing Brock Finity, or are you doing regular Finity on this?
I'll do regular Finity.
Oh, regular Finity. I know you're tired, buddy, but just.
I'm just listening.
Finity, what are your thoughts, man? Let's get Finity's thoughts on this.
So I want to start with a few things that I think need to be set before I go into what I'm about to say. First off, the communication that Arnold put in his video was about the ban was from EA High Command. It was not a CG person. It was an EA person that told him that he had broken terms of service, right?
Okay.
So let's start there. The next thing is that the email that Arnold posted, supposedly from Lucifer's daddy, right? There is so much erroneous in that email that I don't know if I can believe it. That is also a very old email because it was on Reddit a few months ago, and I remember us talking about it, right? So I'm gonna pose a question to you here for a second. What if for CG to do any banning, they have to report it to EA first to get it cleared? Is that feasible in your part?
Yes, it is feasible.
It is, right?
I don't know the dynamics of how they handle that kind of stuff.
Yeah, but it would be plausible, right?
Sure.
That CG would have to report to EA that they suspect this person is cheating and they need to get him banned, and you'd have to go through their EA account, right, in order to ban them. That's what's linked to everything that CG is attached to, right?
Finity, just real quick, Revenator in the chat said TI confirmed that email is the real thing.
I heard that, and I'm still not sure that I necessarily believe it.
Okay.
Because I also want to say that the whole stuff with Skywalker is also odd, right? That whole Team Instinct Skywalker thing is odd in and of itself, and he came back with a different name of Exegol and all that, right? But even that apart, right? And I'll say, I still have my doubts about that email because there are grammatical issues. Plus, I also don't know how close he is to this person that he would refer to himself as LD in an official email or communication from his account that EA and CG can monitor, right? Despite the fact
who can confirm the email is Lucifer's daddy at this point.
Lucifer's daddy or anybody from EA and CG, and none of them are allowed to talk about the punishment of somebody else.
Agreed.
Right? And
he's not going to say Jack.
Yes, and this is also coming from his account as an EA and CG employee. So for him to do this, right, you would have to believe that the entire company is complicit. Now, what I'm going to say is that CG has done a disservice to themselves over these past 4 years with such bad communication to the community. They have treated content creators poorly. Agreed. So I'm not excusing any of that, right? But let's suppose for a second that CG has to report to EA in order to get anything banned, right? So ultimately, EA has to do the banning, okay? Do you remember what Carrie posted when she talked about the modding services?
Yeah.
Yes.
I remember she posted about it. I haven't read it in a long time.
Yes. So basically, she partook into the whole Pimpo modding service, and she promoted him and said that what she believes from the terms of service, and man, remember, she was the senior producer at the time,
right?
Was that what happens is the terms of service basically says, if something happens to your account, don't come to us for help because you are breaking the terms of service when you do that, right?
Right.
That's ultimately what the solution was.
Yeah, but
what did Arnold do with an account that broke terms of service? He went and asked for help, ultimately having to go to EA to get it resolved. Do we know that CG is the one that banned it, or EA put in an investigation to go into what CG may have thought is a legitimate issue, and then EA investigated and saw, oh, this is not his account, let us ban this account. And CG had nothing to do with this, and everybody is just blowing up at CG because of their history of awfulness, but now moving it towards what the current situation is. CG has done nothing but turn their eye to this whole issue for years, right? Cubs has said it before. Cubs is using somebody else's account. Yep. People have done remodding on other accounts. We have done stuff with Remon's account on this stream, right? EA is not watching this stuff. EA has no reason to watch Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes stuff. They have delegated those duties to Capital Games. Capital Games is basically turning a blind eye to this entire issue, but somebody who was breaking terms of service went to the company that does the banning and says, I have been doing something wrong on my account and I need help in order to do something. And they basically said, this is not a correct account. You're breaking terms of service. I'm going to ban you.
Right.
Right. So I don't understand the outrage towards CG over this. CG has done
CG
so much
and
wrong.
CG is EA.
It is not.
Yes,
EA has multiple companies
Who
under
owns
them.
CG? It's EA. They're linked.
EA owns CG. You are correct. EA owns CG.
And if CG sent it to EA and nobody flagged it from CG saying this could be an issue.
So you think a subsidiary of EA could tell EA not to ban this? That their parent company if they said this violates our terms of service, CG could be like, oh no, please don't do it to Arnold. He's a content creator.
No,
please
I didn't
don't
say
ban
that,
him.
but just to have some kind of communication with him. The problem is, Finn, is
you're assuming CG has you assume
you're
that
assuming
CG,
a lot of shit in here. You just
I'm assuming
basically
one
said
thing.
that the
I'm
email that
assuming
Arnold
one
provided
thing.
was fake and that he's lying.
I didn't say he was lying.
Really?
He took that off of Reddit. What did I say about Arnold lying whatsoever?
When
did I say Arnold lied about anything?
Hold on, Finn. Do you think the email and the fact that Arnold brought it up is legit?
He brought it up because it was posted on Reddit.
The point he made about cheating and the fact that I just told you in other circumstances, confirmed by other people of other circumstances about cheating, and thus proving that, TI confirming that happened, you're saying that email is suspicious, and then thus Arnold bringing it up is some way... What's Arnold's thinking?
Arnold is bringing up stuff the same way that we have brought stuff up, which is that when things are brought up in Reddit or the forums, right, people tend, especially with CG right now, to believe that it is true, but we have zero verification on it because the only two people that can confirm it are the person that received it and Lucifer's daddy. And neither of them is supposed to talk about it because that is the condition of usually any punishment that is doled out by any company in these terms of service. So every single person is making their assumption. Whether you believe it to be true or whether you don't believe it to be true, there's only two people that can confirm it. And we don't know who exactly that was to because it's not on that email. And Lucifer's daddy can't come out and say it. So as much as I am inferring that I don't think it's legitimate because there are grammatical errors, there are spelling errors, and I don't think he would be referring to himself as LD in an official email.
Now because we see grammatical errors all the time in their post.
Okay, maybe he has it. I'm not saying he doesn't, but I'm saying because I see spelling errors, capitalization errors, LD from what's supposed to be an official email, and the spacing on that is really bizarre, like it doesn't seem to make sense. Plus the fact that we have seen made-up forum posts before. We have seen made-up rumor posts about things that are coming out into this game, right? There are reasons for me to have my doubts. I'm not saying it, but everybody else is assuming like it's 100% fact. It is not. The only people that are able to confirm that cannot say whether or not it's true. So everyone is kind of piling on to the fact that CG did this because CG has a bad reputation. And I find it ridiculous that this is the reason that people are having issues with CG. They've done so much other crap. We know for a fact that they have had people using the VPN to go into Brazilian countries to buy crystals, and then people using it and still having their accounts. And they've done zero about that. But for some reason, that never got any traction. Arnold losing an account because he had a terms of service breaking account and went to EA and the account got banned is the straw that broke the back, apparently, of this camel in order to get everyone angry at CG, which is fine. People should have been angry at CG years ago. That's the same reason I stopped spending.
The deal with the Brazilian crystals thing, I've been told, is that's an Apple Google thing, and EA still gets their money, so they don't care.
Exactly. But that's my point. Like, this whole thing is ridiculous, and there are bigger reasons to be upset with CG.
There's tons of reasons to be upset with CG, but
I don't think this is the... I mean, if people want to fall on their sword for this, it's fine, but I don't think it's a worthwhile reason.
So me, Urs, Cubs, everybody else, we're just falling on our swords. We're overreacting, Finn, is what you're saying.
I think you are. I think you personally, right? So I'll start with you because I can't speak to everybody else because I've been on this stream with you.
So we're all in the same boat. I was on.
No, we're not, because I don't follow them enough to be able to say anything about their mentality.
Urs and Cubs and Mobile Gamer and everybody else.
I do not know enough about the rest of them to make any comments. But for you, what I will say is that you have gotten pissed at CG over multiple things in the past.
Yes, I have.
Multiple different things, right? You got pissed about a bunch of things. You would ream them out. You would say that they're crap. So it doesn't surprise me to any extent that you would then get angry with them over this because they have treated content creators badly. I also am not surprised from your perspective that CG has done very poor things with content creators, right? Right. So I am fine with that. But let me ask you this. didn't you spend money in order to get stuff for Galactic Legend Ray?
Yeah, what about it?
So at what point is this really worse than all the other stuff that they have done? That's my only question to you. Because it hasn't stopped you from spending before. I've heard things about rebelling. I've heard things about boycotts. All this over Arnold getting a terms of service account, breaking account.
Hold on. I'm going to respond. There's a difference between hating stuff that CG does and liking stuff that CG does. I can separate the two. When the characters come out like Mando and Grief,
I like you, Grande.
I spent money on that. That doesn't mean I can't look at the other stuff and be pissed off. There's no one way or the other on this. I can look at some of the stuff that CG does and give them credit objectively and say, yeah, that was a good thing. I can also say and look at other stuff and say, yeah, your head's still straight up your ass.
Yeah. So how, if they are anti-content creators,
what is me?
Are you in favor of a boycott? Let me ask you: are you in favor of a boycott?
I'm in support of a boycott, but in the sense that if you want to do it, you can, and I'll support it. But I don't think it's going to do anything. My thing was that we just, as content creators, don't show the game for a week or two. If they don't give a shit about us, let's just not highlight some of the new stuff coming out. There's still a lot of debate about that. We talked about this on Cubs. There's about different answers and responses to it. I think everybody individually has to make up their own mind. If you think what's happening is just legitimately bullshit, then speak with your wallet. Go to Google Play. Give them a 1-star rating. That's really all you can do. But we've seen it in Marvel Strike Force, and we've seen it other games. Boycotts really don't work. In fact, in Marvel Strike Force, it actually worked against the players that did the boycott. I was thinking outside the box. Maybe as content creators, we don't talk about their new stuff coming out for the next couple turns, right? Something like that. You know, other ideas. Really what I want to do is highlight the hypocrisy of it. I don't have any reason to doubt. Like, again, whether you like Arnold or not, it's not a debate. I've heard arguments about that, like Arnold's just a drama queen and all this stuff. I don't give two shits about that. All right? I care about what I know. What I know about CG is that they don't apply the rules equally. And the post that you said about what Carrie said, not only did she say it was a violation of terms of service, she did went and say, but I support what this guy is doing. Again, contradiction to the facts of what...
It's not. It really isn't a contradiction.
It's a complete contradiction. You can't say it is a violation of terms of service and all this other stuff, and then say, but I do support Peepo in doing what he's doing.
Sure you can. Because what she basically said is that CG will turn a blind eye to you doing this because they see the value. But if this gets to EA, they may not see it, and it is a violation of terms of service, and they can make an action against it.
The problem is...
So Arnold basically messed up when he went to CG. EA.
Right, and he acknowledges that.
And he didn't intentionally go to EA, right? And I've had experience with this too, with even something as simple as, and some of you guys may have done this too, in order to change a name of a guild that is active in Galaxy of Heroes, you have to go and put in a ticket with EA, and you get somebody from EA that goes into the game and makes the changes. CG doesn't do anything. CG is a development company. The enforcement comes from the EA side. And Capital Games can report to EA and basically say, this is an issue for us. We need your help in enforcing it. Because all of this stuff is basically handled by EA. The accounts are all EA accounts. When you look in there, the contracts and everything, they say EA Capital Games, but these are standard EA ones. So when it gets to EA, if they see a terms of service, they violate you. But they're not going to go and investigate every single account to see what the
issue is. Not the terms of service. Should his account technically be banned because he violated terms of service? Yes. Nobody is arguing that goddamn point. The point is the hypocrisy that these companies are showing, not just with the one email, but with the stuff with the Brazilian stuff.
But what is the hypocrisy if CG didn't do this?
What are you talking about, Finn?
If CG probably has watched Arnold streams, Cub stream, everyone's
EA to make the final decision, CG was involved.
Arnold put in the report.
It was EA that banned him, though.
EA is the one that banned him. If he put in a ticket with CG, do you expect...
I cannot believe, for the fucking love of Christ, that you are defending CG here, Finn. I cannot believe this shit.
Because CG is not involved in the banning.
CG,
EA is.
Man, this company has shit on us, shit on the community, shit on the people that play this game for a ton of time.
Yes.
They get
I
no
haven't disagreed with you at all.
They get nothing. They are not to be defended here. They haven't said a fucking word. Not one word about this shit for 4 days.
Nobody's allowed to talk about the punishments.
I'm not talking about just the punishment, but just the generalization to address the thing. This is the problem with CG in the biggest part of it. They don't communicate jack shit. This shit is blowing up everywhere. Not one goddamn word from that company. Not one.
Okay, this stuff is blowing up. You are correct. Have you heard most of the reasons why
I've never seen
it's
such
blowing
stupidity in my entire life out of a fucking company. If something like this happened to one of the top content creators and you got other bigger content creators jumping in on the bandwagon on the side of the guy and you don't address this at all, how fucking retarded are you? This company is dog shit.
I'm not arguing with you that CG has been awful to the player community. I think the problem is that people are conflating two different things.
I'm not conflating anything.
I don't think there's any hypocrisy
problem
here.
From a bigger issue about the way CG just is petty. They're full of shit. They say one thing, they do another thing, and I'm tired of it. I am tired of this company doing the shit. A line in the sand is going to be drawn, and I'm putting the line in the sand. CG can kiss my ass.
That's fine. I'm not putting
up with this shit. I don't owe Arnold a goddamn thing. This is a bigger issue.
I don't either. I don't think his account should have been banned. And it wouldn't just be Arnold. Someone asked me the other day if this happened to somebody else. I'd be pissed off about it too. You know, you got people like Bulldog still permabanned for what he did, yet we're still negotiating with cheaters and people that get crystals and setting the standard for what they can and cannot do and what their ban is and all this other bullshit. But Arnold, whether you like him or not, didn't even get a common courtesy of some kind of discussion. I have a big problem with that. Because if it happened to him, it can happen to us. And it can happen to everybody else. And I'll be goddamned if I'm not going to stand up and say something about it and tell him, if you want to bring it on, bitch, bring it on. Because I'm going to fight you on this. It's not just about Arnold. It's about all of us as content creators. We play this game because we love the game and the community. We do what we do because we're passionate about the game and want it to be better. CG only cares about, they care about money, their company. Great. That's their prerogative. And I don't have a problem with that. Hell, I support it with the stuff that I've bought in this game. But I'm going to be goddamned if they're going to pull this shit where they do some shit for cheaters and stuff and ruining the game experience for everybody else and all this other crystal bullshit and everything else that they pull and all the non-communication and everything else and just think they're going to get away with doing some shit like this to Arnold. Because I guarantee you, if it wasn't Arnold, it was somebody else, I'd be just as outraged. I don't care that it's Arnold. I care for the fact that this is more of a problem. CG could have handled this differently. They chose not to. Or EA. You can call whatever you want. They didn't handle it correctly. They fucked up is what they did. This is petty. They are going after Arnold for whatever reason, I don't know. But this company can go straight to hell because they obviously don't give two shits about the content creators. They don't give two shits about the community. And you can sit there and try to defend like, well, all this other stuff. I don't give a shit. I am making a line in the sand and I'm going to go after these motherfuckers because I've had enough. I am tired of the way they treat the player base. I am tired of how they treat the content creators. And thinking that they get away with this shit is another thing coming. And if you think I'm just going to start going off now, I'm just getting started. This company can go straight to hell in a handbasket. I've never seen anything like this. The price gouging, the everything on it, it is just retarded. And if they think that I'm going to back off from this issue, they got another thing coming. You want to piss off Army Ranger up your ass? You got one. Because I'm coming. And I'm going to make sure that everybody knows, whatever game CG does, that this is the kind of business practice and communication you can expect from this stupid ass company. Basic marketing 101 and business 101. I've never seen anything so stupid in my life. Basic principles of handling situations. Communication. Leadership. The leadership of CG is awful. Should be fired. What kind of dumbasses are you over there?
No one decided to flag this. No one decided to look at this. And didn't even think of the repercussions, good or bad, that could happen from this happening with Arnold. Not a goddamn one. CG has made their bed. They can sleep in it. Unbelievable.
I'm with you, Finn.
Be with Finn all you want, man.
I still don't think it's CG, because if it was CG,
for Christ's sakes, we're
technically the agreement that he broke is part of the EULA.
I don't care.
The EULA in EU stands for End User License Agreement.
I don't care. EA, CG, the fucking Easter Bunny.
Here's why I think there's a difference.
God in heaven, whoever, man.
Why do you think there's a difference, Finity?
Because EA does not spend the time to follow content creators for Galaxy of Heroes. We know that CG does, right? If CG had it out for Arnold, they would claim him on terms of service of the end user license agreement. End user license agreement actually is for the end user. It is for the person. That was the problem that Bulldog had. Bulldog actually had an issue with CG, right? And CG continually started to ban Bulldog's accounts. That is actually end user, and that would actually be more CG. If CG really had it out for Arnold and really wanted to ban Arnold, they would ban every single one of his accounts, because Arnold is the one that broke the terms of service, not the account. It is Arnold that broke it. EA is only able to track it based through the ticket that was submitted by Arnold in order to do it. So that one account is banned because of that purpose. Right? If Arnold does not say anything more, he's fine. The problem became that he literally went to ask for help with an account that was, for all intents and purposes, an illegal account.
Again, nobody's arguing about the count in TOS, man. What are you...
Because it went to EA.
I don't care if it went through CG and EA. Of course CG knew, man. Come on,
if CG really had it out for Arnold, why did they not ban him earlier?
They have shown in the past their pettiness, Finn. What about that did you not listen to?
Okay, why didn't they ban it earlier? This isn't new for Arnold's account. Arnold has had this Chinese account.
I don't know. I'm not in the evil machinations of what the fuck CG is doing.
I don't have to guess. It happened. He put in a report that went to EA and his account got banned. Why does everyone keep jumping at CG? CG has done a lot of awful things this entire time.
You're right. What am I arguing about? CG's great, man. They've never done some petty shit in the past.
When did I say CG was great? I'm saying your blame is being put on the wrong organization in this instance.
CG is EA and EA
it is not.
CG. Yes, it is.
I don't think it is, man.
It is not.
But the issue is not the ban, man. The fact is that CG didn't say anything, for one. 2, didn't think about it. 3, didn't even consider it. And 4, it's not about the terms of service. It's the fact that they can do this to an account creator, whether it was us or Arnold or Cubs or Urs. If this had happened to Urs, I would still be going
I'm going to give a simple analogy here for a second, Ranger. And I want to know what you would do.
If this is about the TOS, I swear to God.
No. I'm just going to ask you a simple thing. You are speeding on a highway, and there is a police officer there that is not doing anything, and he's not giving you a ticket.
Is this the what do you expect if you go? Debate?
What do you expect to do if you go into a police station and say, I was speeding 15 miles an hour over, and I need help with something that happened with a pothole as I was speeding?
What the hell kind of analogy is that, man?
When you go into the police station and admit that you did something illegal, do you expect them not to give you a ticket? If you go in and say,
wait,
I was going 15 miles an hour over, I wasn't given a ticket, but I hit a pothole.
You assume the fact that Arnold knew that this was going to get banned and thus was doing
He knew he was breaking terms of service. He has another video where he actually pointed out that this was breaking terms of service.
Terms of service, let's drop it because I don't give a shit about the term of service. I've not argued that point. Can his account be banned? Yes, it can be banned. There's no argument about that. He doesn't argue that. Nobody here is arguing the fact that his account got banned.
Then why did CG not ban it earlier?
Well, so then
I can't answer that.
Let's go back.
CG didn't. EA did because the ticket went to them.
Oh, for Christ.
All the evidence points in that direction. EA banned it because Arnold put in a ticket with this account that was not
You're
his.
Assuming that
it was
not
breaking terms of service.
Again,
and EA investigated. It is in his. It is in Arnold's video.
I know, but
the response was from EA High Command, not CG.
I don't care about terms of service, man.
So then what's your discussion? So then what's your point, Ranger?
My point is that there are bigger issues here than the goddamn point of whether Arnold should have been banned or not. There's no argument from there about that. I don't care about it.
So then what is your argument or your point you're trying to make?
My point is that CG has shown time and time again that they don't enforce the rules equally, that they are not fair with what they do. They show favoritism. They let cheaters and people that cheat the game get away with it. They have shown in the past that they've gone after the content creators. Big time.
Yeah.
This all ties in together.
That's where I disagree. This particular instance doesn't tie in with CG.
Okay.
This one goes to EA. EA has done so much crap.
We're going to go round and round on this, and I'm just not going to. I just don't want to discuss anymore. Finn, you're more than welcome to believe that. I pray to God that something like this doesn't happen to another one of us. I just do. I just hope that something like this does not happen.
I'm not putting in an account for an account that's not mine and putting in a ticket for it, so I'm not worried.
But I'm not saying that it could be something else related to this. I mean, sure. I mean, if that's
I have no contract with CG.
You don't have.
I'm not putting in it. I'm not playing any accounts that aren't mine.
If you don't think CG and EA are linked, same company with the same agenda and same goals, I don't know what to tell you, brother.
Isn't it like one a wholly owned subsidiary of the other?
EA owns like 50 different companies. They are not the same thing. EA is basically CG is contracted by EA to make this game.
I think they're a wholly owned subsidiary.
Yeah. But EA owns like a bunch of other studios. They have more on their plate than just CG. That's why they don't monitor every single game. And CG is just a bunch of developers with very loosely affiliated with everything else. And poor PR, which is the main problem with all of this. The PR department is awful.
You're assuming a lot of things in fact here, Finn, that from what Arnold showed, that it was just EA. Now, maybe he has more emails and stuff that went from CG. I don't know. Again, I can only look at what happened, what is the trend, what has happened in the past, what is going on. And I can only say what Arnold is saying about it. Looking at the information, what Arnold presented, I'm going to stick with Arnold. I don't find anything dubious about it. Whether you like Arnold or not, I look at the information.
I didn't say anything Arnold said was dubious.
You don't trust it. You don't trust the email.
I don't trust the email, but that's not against Arnold. That's more against whoever posted it on Reddit.
That's a Reddit post.
So you think
that's a Reddit post from months ago that we talked about.
So his entire defense is a Reddit post screenshot.
No. To defend Arnold here, his defense isn't. So Arnold has other issues with Capital Games, and rightfully so. As a game changer, they treated them very poorly, especially towards the end. They claimed things about contract that was not there, right? Which I fully believe Arnold on that. Where they did try to do it.
We read the same contract, remember? And we were
I know.
Like,
they completely
this is a garbage contract, guys.
It is.
I was
they
like,
completely
this is a garbage contract.
They completely scrapped the Game Changer program, right? We know that they treated the Game Changers poorly, right? So that is what the crux of Arnold's argument is. Arnold's argument, and to defend him, right? And I'm like I said, I have nothing against Arnold. I'm just looking at what he posed as evidence. And I don't want to use the Reddit thing because that is unconfirmed. The other stuff is firsthand from Arnold. So he can easily attest to that, right? And Arnold would say the same thing. It being the lawyer that he is, the evidence posted on Reddit would not be admissible without somebody corroborating it firsthand, right? But the contract stuff that he got and the communications he got from CG itself are horrendous. And it shows that they have a very poor relationship with their game changers, right? So for that reason alone, that is his basis. So what he is basically saying, right? He contacted Eric, and then I think led to Crumb, and ultimately went to EA because he had posted that he was having issues buying crystals on this account, and he wanted to change the time zones or something, the regions on it from China to the US so he could buy it because China's having their own law issues, right? Where they're about to ban all these games and everything, which is a separate issue entirely. And going to be a big hit for CG. But separate from that, he put in this ticket. CG does not control these accounts. EA does. If you've ever put in anything, you go to the EA ticket desk, and that's why they're clueless. If you guys remember from a long time ago, anytime you put in a ticket, it goes to somebody from EA because they don't have anyone from CG. And at some point, Carrie actually made a trip over to like EA to do stuff, and she was like tweeting about it, right? And we were tweeting, and people were tweeting all kinds of stuff in order to like properly train them to get these things right. So EA is the one that handles all of the tickets, all of the account changes, all of that stuff, because CG is just a development studio. They have some people that do enforcement, and basically it looks like they just refer it back to EA. And then you have the PR part of CG, and they promote Galaxy of Heroes and whatever other gaming projects they want. So what happened with Arnold is he communicated with CG, but his ticket went all the way up to EA. So EA did an investigation and found that it wasn't his account, and it got banned. CG, maybe if they knew which account he was talking about, or if they really cared, they maybe could have stopped it. But ultimately, once a ticket is put in, it goes up the chain to whoever it is. It's usually the way with most companies, where if you put in the ticket with your department, it goes until whoever the proper group is, right? But that group may be more strict than CG is. And then, unfortunately for Arnold had the bad relationship with Capital Games, and rightfully so, who has tried to take advantage of content creators. And so the content creators are just all pissed off because CG has a history of doing this. And now that an account is banned from him that he was actually using to promote the game, and it doesn't look, at least from the public perspective, that CG's doing anything to defend Arnold and to help him get it back. And again, we don't know what's going behind the scenes because they're not allowed publicly in order to comment on the punishment that was given out to any individual person. Like that's something that they can never do. So we don't know what is happening behind the scenes, but EA banned Arnold's account because this ticket went all the way up. And Arnold, unfortunately, got screwed by this, and it's just a whole chain of things that seem to have broken the back of everyone.
I feel like he is kind of due a refund, though, on this point, right?
He didn't buy anything. The problem was he wasn't able to buy it.
He did buy stuff. He bought stuff.
He bought stuff before, but now, in this instance, he was trying to buy stuff, and then he couldn't get it. So
why didn't he just go to, like, the Play Store or, the Google Play Store?
Right. Why didn't he just go to Google Play?
Why didn't you just go to your...
I don't think he could because of the China thing. The problem is that China is like blocking all of these purchases.
But you have to buy it from one of those outlets here. How can you?
Oh, you mean like get a?
He should
be able to get a refund from Apple.
Like a refund from
I've done it myself, man. I've said it on the stream a whole bunch of times.
Yeah.
If you just
he wasn't trying to get a refund. No. He wanted to keep that account going, so he wanted to change the region of that account from Asia to US.
So why is everybody saying he needs a refund?
They're saying it's a refund because he spent a lot of money on that account, and now it's banned. That's the reason why they're saying it.
But again, if you spend money in the U.S., why don't you just go to Apple Store or Google?
Because
Play
now
Store?
It's been a long time. Like the last thing he spent on was like the Mandos. Like he was bringing it up more for the. I mean, people are bringing it up mainly because he has spent a lot of money on this account.
Mando's not that far.
It's not, and maybe he can get a refund. I'm having a hard time
believing it now because if it's just Mando, that's like 2 months ago.
It is, and it's possible he could get a refund,
Kara,
but that's
Tie Bomber.
I've gotten refunds from Apple, dude. 6 months.
I know, but
I don't think that's what he's doing, and it may just be a Google one, and Google only has like the week time frame. I think what Warrior was saying. But the issue with Arnold, he didn't really want the refunds, although he may be looking at it now.
Well, he put out a new video saying that there's 3 ways that this could be resolved, right? Still hasn't gotten anything from anybody.
Yeah, and he did say getting a refund potentially was part of it, or getting it to his main account. The problem he's going to have there is that ultimately, again, this is going to go through EA. And EA is going to say that this is on an account that you broke terms of service on, and then you knowingly did that, so we're not going to give you anything. So he unfortunately is in a bad situation from that perspective. But luckily he has his viewers and everything.
My question for you with this, Finn, was Arnold wrong for bringing up the video? And addressing
I don't think Arnold was wrong for bringing up the video. I think it was it's one of these situations where CG has done it literally is the straw that broke the camel's back, right? Where there is so much other crap that CG has done that is literally on the weight of this camel. It has been years of this crap. And again, this is the same reason why I stopped spending 4.5 years ago. Because the management of this game has been crap and treating their players like crap. And even more recently, they've been treating their content creators like crap. None of that has changed. The only problem is that this, in the perspective of CG, is not a CG issue. It is actually an EA issue. But there has been so much piling up, especially for the Game Changers and Arnold and Cubs and Mobile, that this is just like the most minuscule thing, but it was just enough to be the tipping point for everybody in the community. And it's fine. If this is what it takes for players to actually start to look at CG and be like, we are not going to spend our money because you have been treating players like crap, so be it. I'm not opposed to that. My only point is that this situation in particular is not a CG issue. It is actually an EA issue, but you can combine them if you want as a whole Galaxy of Heroes issue, because CG, unfortunately, has treated everyone like crap, and they have no equity with the community. They have no equity with the community. They burned this all, unfortunately, going back as year one with Cozy Spoon. And Cozy Spoon, with her sarcastic remarks and the post that literally said, like, go find a whale if you can't find stuff for, like, platoons and that kind of stuff, right? Since then, there has been like no equity with the community. And Carrie maybe was the closest one to getting some equity. She would tell people the truth on her Twitter account, even though it wasn't her job. But she would tell people the truth, even if they didn't like it. And I think to some extent, people mocked it because when she said, like, yeah, we expect people to spend a few $1,000s in order to catch up in this game, it'd be like, yeah, well, that's kind of silly, and people would mock her and stuff, but it was the truth. And a lot of players appreciated that we actually knew the truth despite not liking the answer. We're back to a point with communication where we're getting nothing, and it feels like we're getting lies half the time. And CG has really done this to themselves because this outcry from the community is it's like a culmination of a bunch of things. It's a culmination of the fact that CG has treated the players poorly, has done nothing in terms of content over the last few months. And I don't consider Lightside GOTB content because literally it was crap that was designed for things that are a year away from now because we don't even have the GP for it. They have gotten rid of the Game Changer program. They're getting rid of test accounts. So we really have no way of testing any of their stuff as a player base beforehand. They don't do beta testing. So everything is bugged the first time it comes out. They now have a delayed road ahead because effectively they have told players the last 4 years, we have taken your money and done things poorly, right? It is a whole confluence of things that people can get angry about CG about. And it's the same reason why, and this is why I didn't want to get into ERS and Mobile and all of them, Ranger. This is all stuff that has pissed you off over the years. So I know you, like at least from all of this, right? I know that CG has done so much wrong that you have gotten pissed off at all of the things that they have actually done that they should get criticized about. This thing in particular, it's mainly because it is a Galaxy of Heroes streamer that had his account banned, that it now all falls on CG because they end up being the messenger of this entire thing. They're the middleman. And they are not a neutral middleman. They are already in negative sentiment of the community. And so everyone is kind of bashing CG over this entire thing. So it's unfortunate for CG that this is the reason why everyone is upset with them, because in this situation, they really didn't do anything, but they've done so much other crap that they probably deserve this, but just for a different reason. And I wish this had come out for something more related to what CG had done than this particular instance. But ultimately, in the ends justify the means. So as long as we're getting to a point where we're trying to convince CG to change their practice, then I'm fine with it. It's just more trying to put into perspective that this isn't really a CG thing. This was actually an EA thing, but it just happened to be the thing that triggered everybody to get angry. And if that's what it takes for everyone to get angry, I'm fine with it.
My point is CG is in bed with this. EA is CG and CG is EA. As far as I'm concerned, the company is known for creating this game. They developed the game. They produced the game. I know EA owns it. But if you got your name associated with something, you got to own up to it. You don't get a pass because technically in the email there was no CG stuff in there. CG name is all over this. And again, my point being, and I'm going to let it wrap up with this. You brought up all those points. You think Arnold was fine making the video. CG has demonstrated this how petty and vile they can be. I believe that this one was intentionally done. I don't have proof of that. This is just an opinion, right? Most of this is opinion anyway. I will go with on my gut with everybody else I've talked to. The pattern of behavior, the mistakes in the past, the lying, the miscommunication, the treatment of the community, the treatment of the game changers, all adds up to this event. And again, here we are, 3 days after the event, nothing, not a word. Just shows their lack of anything. I can call it whatever you want, but I just think that this company is just ridiculous. And if you want to say it's the straw that broke the camel's back, you're damn right. You know, I kind of look at everybody here, Cubs, everybody, we've done stuff with them as family. When I feel like somebody is being attacked, I'm going to fight. Now, if they're wrong, we'll say they're wrong. I don't believe that Arnold is wrong in his assessment, the things that he said, the things that he's done. And talking with Cubs and and everybody else, well, they feel the same way. There's more to this than just, meets the eye. Is there more information? Sure. We're not going to get any communication, but I'm going to stand with Arnold. I think this is bullshit. And I think this could lead to other things. And I think this is something that CG should have known about. CG should have said something. They didn't say anything that makes them look incompetent. A lot of things. It's not just the fact. I don't care anymore about the TOS. CG has the right, and EA has the right. If you violate terms of service, you can. But they don't enforce it at all. They don't enforce it across the board. They do different stuff for different people. Fine. But don't sit there and tell me, you go after Arnold for this term of service, but then everybody else out there in the world that's had different stuff happen to them is a different situation, that actually got communication, that was able to talk about their suspension and when their suspension would start. And it's not just that one email from TI. This happened with other instances. It's just a systemic pattern of behavior. It's ridiculous, and I've had enough. And I'm just not going to put up with it anymore. So I stand with Arnold. I'm going to stand with Arnold. I think he was right to put out the video. I think he was right to bring highlights to it. I think the reaction from the community is justified. I think the reaction from the content creators is justified in everything that they're saying. I think the reaction from the other Star Wars content creators is justified in the things that they're saying. They've looked at the information, same as I have, and we've all drawn the same conclusion. So, you in the chat can make your own decision based off what you think.
For the record, really quick, Ranger, the other content creators, what I like about their videos is that they talk a lot more about the stuff that Arnold showed in there that's directly from him. And they talk a lot more about the fact that CG has spit on the content creators. They canceled the Game Changer program. They tried to manipulate them. And my only point is that while I think this is misplaced on CG, this particular instance, I think, let me just find who said it, because someone said it in the chat really well, so I just want to make sure that I give them credit, because I read it, and I do want to give credit for it. Buzzsaw. So Buzzsaw, I think, said it best, and I really think this is where the community is, and if that's what it is, it's fine. Buzzsaw said, it's the straw that broke the camel's back. CG's track record sucks, and now this is just an iconic moment to rally behind. And I think that's ultimately where the community is.
It could be.
The community has been bored of this game. They've been pissed off that we don't get content. They've been pissed off at the way they've been treated. They've been pissed off at the way they've been gouged for money. They've been pissed off at the way that the money has been given to them and spent in somewhat poor ways, right, to now come out and say that they've been coding poorly and now need to delay the road ahead in order to fix their coding, right? These are all things that should have been the rallying cry before this. But now, for whatever the circumstances is, right, EACG, forget about all that. Arnold getting one of his accounts banned is the rallying cry that people are getting behind. And Arnold and Mobile and Cubs having the connections that they did with other game changers and other programs, and knowing how CG is treating them versus other developers under EA treating theirs, is now the rallying cry that we are getting behind. And if that's what's going to cause change within CG, I am fine with that. I am 100% fine with that. I just think it should have come a lot sooner on a cause different than this, but it's hard to find anything more iconic than your biggest YouTuber getting an account banned. And unfortunately getting pinned on CG, but CG has done this to themselves, because when you show the contract and stuff of CG trying to manipulate Arnold into taking down videos, and we also talked to Warrior about the whole poop emoji thing and not being able to express his own opinion, right? All of this is unfortunately just sad. And it's sad that it took this long, because I know a lot of us have talked about boycotting or trying to get a change hopeful. Or something for a long time.
We've been hopeful. Like we've put up with it because it's a Star Wars IP and we're invested. Mm-hmm. And we love the community, right? And we love, more than anything, we just love hanging out with the community and doing the things that we do, right? And it angers us when we think that the company that we're spending a fortune on in this game demonstrates time and time again that they don't. That's really the things that get me the most upset, are those kind of action that CG takes, where it's like, good Lord in heaven, right? Really, So, but I mean, we said this before. We play this game mainly for the community. I don't, we have fun with you guys. We're sitting there being dumb and stupid with you guys, and I'm, but you got to be passionate about it. And the reason I do the things that I do, people ask me all the time, are you that passionate? I'm like, yeah, I am that passionate, because if I'm passionate, then I'm hopeful the message gets through somebody. I don't care if they want to hear it. It's not what they want to hear; it's what they need to hear. And they can listen to what Finn has to say and draw their own conclusions. They can hear what I have to say and draw their own conclusions, right? And you in the chat, you can draw your own conclusions, right? You make your own mind up about it. But I think it's a disturbing thing that's happening, and I don't like it, and it pisses me off, and I'm not going to take it anymore. And I think CG has just... Man, this company, they really know how to anger me with some of the stupid shit that they do. They really do. Because I haven't ranted in a long... It's been a long time since I've been this upset about anything in this game. Mm-hmm. And when I first saw this, I was like, you
got upset because it's personal.
It feels personal. Yeah. It feels personal,
I know why you got upset,
man. And I'm just not going to take it.
I mean, he's a great member of the community, and, I've been in a guild with the guy. The guy is a really nice guy.
I mean, we had him on Jedi Academy once. I've talked to him a few times. He's a nice guy. I don't have anything against him, right? But everything that he's showing on his streams is nothing new, except for the fact that he got banned, right? The post that he put up on Reddit was months old. He's talked about his contract thing before. I mean, none of that stuff was new.
I think he was making
he's
the
comparison.
He was making.
He's frustrated, and he has a right to be, because this game has been in a poor state for a long time. And
I think he brought up that, but I think his bringing up that post is to make the comparison. Here's a guy that pimps your stuff all the time for free, biggest YouTuber for the game. Making the comparison of like how he's being treated as compared to some of this other stuff that we've talked about. And it's just nonsense, man. And it's like, you would expect a company that has made nearly $1 billion. It's 900 million, so I just say $1 billion. Why not? I mean, Jesus.
$1 billion.
Why make $1 billion when we can make thousands? it's just mind numbing, and I can't. And what really pisses me off more than anything is not a word from CG, not a damn word. Like, good lord!
But they've never. To be fair, they have never commented on the punishment.
Sometimes they do.
Sometimes no. But they have never commented on the punishment of anyone. They don't do that.
Didn't they make a comment about Bulldog?
Yeah, they did actually.
I believe they did make a comment about Bulldog.
No, I think Bulldog posted it. I don't think they never posted directly what they did with Bulldog. What they said was that there was someone who got banned. I'm going to double check, but I believe they put in something that said somebody got banned, and we don't tolerate
maybe there's
people
legal
posting
reasons. I don't know, but
like hacks or something and actively promoting it.
But I mean,
they didn't mention him by name, right? So potentially, to your point, they could potentially say that somebody got banned recently because he brought to EA's attention that a account was banned, and was again breaking terms of service and asked for help, and basically tell them that if you are not owning your own account, please do not bring it to the attention of EA, but we are not able to help you because it's against terms of service.
They could have made a similar post this time.
They could. I'm saying actually they didn't make that post with Bulldog, but yeah, I'm saying they could potentially say something like that. But to the point of Bulldog,
go ahead and continue on. I got to go to the bathroom.
Bulldogs was actually a CG one. Bulldogs was actually a CG ban, which is different than what I think this one is. Because
I like Bimatsu. Can we kiss and move forward? Spam on me. I happen to agree. I've been quiet a long time while mommy and daddy were fighting.
Well, I hadn't said anything for this entire week, so yeah.
I know.
And then Ranger was yelling at me.
I know.
Mm-hmm.
I understand. And I think both of you make interesting points. We're not going to solve it here, but both of you make interesting points.
Well, I'm not trying to solve anything. My only point is that I'm glad this is happening because EA or CG does need a kick in the butt, right?
Oh yeah. CG
needs a kick in the butt because they've been bad with the community. They've been bad with communication. They've just been bad in general with this game. They have treated the Star Wars IP poorly. My only point is that this particular issue, I don't think is a CG issue, but if it's the rallying cry that we're using, that's fine.
I understand your point about, I mean, there's a lot of things here to think about, and there's a lot of people who maybe made some decisions that if they thought through again, they would make differently, right? Yeah. Including EACG and well,
I don't know if EA cares. That's my point. I honestly don't think EA necessarily cares because we have seen.
I did say that once. I said, "Why spend hundreds when you can spend thousands?" Yeah. I've actually said that before. That is true, Rooster.
I mean, EA has had no problem in the past straight up ditching developing companies and just moving on to different projects.
Absolutely, right.
So EA, I don't think has an issue with any of this. CG is the one that now has a problem because their top content creator is pissed.
Yeah. And so, if it was me and I own the company, I'd be having some conversations behind closed doors, and I would be communicating. I think that communicating, even if it's behind closed doors, to Arnold, could make this go a long way. And I think that anytime they have a customer who is upset or dissatisfied with the service that they have provided, and they should communicate with those people.
But like EA has the worst customer service of any gaming company for like 4 years or something in a row.
I mean,
it's really bad. Like we're asking a lot from a company that is historically bad.
Yeah, and this thing went up the flagpole all the way to like the fraud department, right? At that point, because you got all these flags. Let's say this account was involved in a lot of these. Terms of service violations, and it runs all the way up to fraud department. And if the person up there basically says, yep, this is, this constitutes a ban, then they don't look at the person. I mean, people are just trying to do their jobs and get out of there on a Friday afternoon, man. That's all it is.
It could be right hand talking to left hand. I just feel like that more could have been done to communicate with the individual, maybe. Or more could have been done to make this make this happen.
And here is why ultimately it does fall on CG.
No, but I see your point, Finn. I mean, it is what it is, and EA's a separate. EA's in a different building than CG, man.
I mean, aren't they in different cities?
And EA customer support is in another country. You know, it's
I mean,
sucks.
I mean, if you talk to someone on the phone, I mean, don't they have like 2 or 3 call centers? That's how you get replies around the clock. So they probably have like a call center in India and a call center
I've
like
talked
in Europe.
Yeah, they got them all over the world, man.
Yeah, I've talked to my people.
They can provide 24-hour service or whatever.
Oh,
I've talked to good old
Richard. People are
Richard.
from Eastern Europe? I didn't realize that.
I've talked to good old Richard with the Indian accent. Yeah, no.
Wait. So whenever you use your normal voice, does he understand you better?
No, I talk with the accent. No, I don't. So here ultimately though is
for everyone who thinks I mean I love Finity. I'm just making jokes for everybody.
Here is though one of the problems, right? And I'm gonna go to something that was mentioned by I think it was Eckhart's Ladder in his video when he was covering this, which is that Capital Games is the only studio that he is aware of under EA that is not using the Game Changer program.
I would agree.
That is what is causing this, because Arnold, rather than having to spend like $10,000 on his account to get it up to speed with the test account,
have a Game Changer program and be able to just play.
Yep, and he went with this account that was given to him where he only had to spend like $2,000. And he was able to get it up to speed with his account and was able to use it. Like this all stems from that.
With a working Game Changer program.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And that's what led. And I'll even say, dropping the test accounts even afterwards was even worse, because at least you let them retain some access to promoting this game even while not under contract. But then they dropped it, right? So that's ultimately what's causing all of this and why CG is to blame. It's not the specific instance of what happened here. It is a culmination of a bunch of things that CG did and what CG did incorrectly. And dropping the Game Changer program is probably the stupidest thing they have done. Like it probably is, because they don't beta test their content, right? So now they have no player input. I think they have asked twice now for people to sign up for a beta program, and I think we've heard zero about it.
I think they've had twice. I've filled out the form every time.
Yeah. So CG has has canceled the Game Changer program. They have canceled 2 betas effectively, right? They don't do their own beta testing. Like, all of this is horrendous. And then to drop the content creators who have early access and are able to give you feedback on these things, possibly before they make videos, so you don't have the embarrassment of having it first be shown on YouTube videos, right? They instead cancel the Game Changer program, leave them with the test account, and then the first thing they see is once it goes live, because obviously they're still not allowed to talk about anything while they have the test account, because there's going to be covered by NDA, right? And you no longer have the communication with CG, because we've heard it from Warrior and from other people too, that the Slack channel that they had for the Game Changers basically went mum after the contract went.
Channel, the beta testers had a.
They had a Discord, and the Discord went blank, right? And they weren't getting any responses.
Just like beta tester Slack went blank.
Yeah. I mean, all of that together, so they don't have like any way of communicating it. So now they have a test account, and their first responses are in videos talking about how things are broken. Right. Like, what else do you expect? You have literally crushed any good communication you can have with the studio by killing your biggest promoters.
I don't know how someone who wanted to give them positive communication at this point would even talk to them to give them positive communication. I mean, it's really strange. It's really strange, right?
Yeah. They've gone into their own little echo chamber where they all basically probably pat each other on the back about a job well done because the character does his basic correctly, and then they release it and there's like 800 things bugged with it.
I don't think anything was punishment. I think they ran out of manpower to do beta and Game Changer programs.
I don't think they ever had it. You say run out as if they had it. I don't think they ever had it.
But I think there's actually less people working on the game now than were working on the game before.
Yeah.
Like physically less people who spend their 40 hours a week either coding or playtesting or or like watching the forums or anything. Like maybe there used to be 50 people working on it or 25, and now it's like 12. It feels like there's fewer individuals that log their time to work on this game. I mean, think about how few characters we've gotten, right? Think how many things have been delayed, right? And I get it. Part of it could be coronavirus. Part of it could be, riots from Black Lives Matter happening in their town. Part of it could be whatever. But it feels like a lot of it is that there's just a lack of the number of individuals that are on this game. And we've said that before. That's the reason why everything is delayed. Yeah. Because they had delays. I mean, look, everybody in the world is having delays right now because of Corona. I mean, I can't get product to build stuff because of Corona. And this company had delays before Corona, which means now they even have more delays.
Yeah. And if we look at the trend in which they were moving this game, right, their model has definitely been milking more of the people at the top than it has been to become more inclusive of everybody.
Yeah, and I would not be surprised if at some point we got hey, in 30 days, hey, in 60 days, the servers are shutting down.
Which is unfortunate because I don't want it. I have fun in this game.
Right. But
I still like it.
But... I mean, what happened to Star Wars Force Arena? Yeah. Right.
But that game never had a following like this game, to be fair.
I mean, what happened to that other Star Wars game, that Star Wars Dynasty game where you like ran around and shot stuff?
Yeah, but none of the games have been as big as this one. I mean, you're comparing things, which I understand, but this is like the largest mobile game in the world.
I mean, Battlefront 3 or 5 or whatever we were on, that other game that Ranger
Battlefront
played?
2 did, yeah. The PC game. Yep. No, and they stopped that, which they definitely could, and they had a bunch of missteps and everything too. So, I mean, it's
Battlefront
possible,
2 in the beginning was just a dumpster fire.
Yeah.
I've learned a valuable lesson today, and that is when you're busy out doing stuff and you don't eat fast food for months on end, and I mean like a long time, and then you stop by McDonald's just to grab something because you just have so much to do and I had to get back to do stuff here. You're going to pay the price for eating that shitty ass food, and which I just did. I mean, holy God. What do they put in that food? I just ate it and I had the appendicitis pain. Holy Jesus. That only took 2 hours, 3 hours? Good Lord.
There was another game that was in
I'm still sitting here going, I'm like, good Lord.
What was that other game that was in beta that was about like Star Wars, but it was like in space?
Never again.
Star Wars Fleet Commander or something.
There's one that Escar was
playing. Poor Urban got himself in trouble with that one, I remember.
Oh yeah.
He was live streaming the beta. I remember that.
Was it the beta or the alpha? I think it was the alpha.
It was in alpha. That's right.
I think he signed up for the alpha, got access to it, and played it on stream, and got a copyright strike.
I remember that the game was in alpha because I was in alpha, and it had a scrolling thing that went across the alpha that was like your name and like don't share this information.
I still remember that.
Remember that game? Oh man,
I'm not loving it. McDonald's never again, man. Good Lord.
All right, what else is in the news?
I mean,
did we get a...
No, they've given us nothing. This is part of the problem, too.
There's nothing else. We had the end of 3v3 GAC. I got Kyber. Wow.
By the way, we got a few donations while you were gone,
okay,
Ranger.
Let's do the donations.
We got like 6 from Bimatsu.
Yeah, I know. Bimatsu was putting in things like... let's see. I have to go back. Let me open up the super chat.
Yeah,
I love penguins. Mommy and Daddy need to stop fighting.
Well, I tell Finn as the mommy all the time. Just leave it that.
The lady's always right. That's the final word.
That's what you
okay. Let me see. Let me see where those. Let me get all the super.
That's true. Women are always right. That's true. What am I
all
saying?
Right. So we got. Hold on. There we go. We got a... Okay, I don't know where we left off. I think we left off with Sword of the Jedi. So Oscar Meow donated $2 and said, I feel like I'm watching The View. Riverboy donated, said, old news, new Arnold video.
Of course, he kept saying that in
hit
the
the law down. So I'll say something about that video too, because I did have one other reaction that he did address in this video, and maybe it'll help everyone. But I watched Arnold's first video, right? He said something that honestly kind of bothered me a little bit. And it was when he said that he now had to whale on his other account in order to get the Mandalorian. And I was kind of thinking to myself when he said that, like, how many people in this game might have that same mentality? And is that kind of a form of addiction at that point? Because he literally was talking about...
But he's trying to show, like, new content.
I understand. And for Arnold, it is a business purpose, right? So I understand where he's coming from. But at the same time, to be denigrating and talking about how awful this company is, and then to be like, well, I need to shell out a few $100s in order to get these characters.
But he's not doing that. He's giving money to the...
No, now. That's what I'm saying. In his first video, he didn't say that. He did put out a new video today that said that he wasn't going to spend on the accounts and he wasn't going to work on the Mandalorian character. So now it's fine. Right. But after just watching the first video, if you watch that and you heard that statement, I don't know how many people had that reaction where it's like, you really hate everything CG does, but you're just talking about how you're going to give them like more money. Like they're literally going to profit off of the fact that they banned your account.
Yeah, that would be bad. That would probably be bad.
So I'm glad that he is not spending in order to make his statement, and he's not going to spend money on the Mandalorians again.
I said the wrong organization. I apologize.
ACLU. It was the ACLU.
Yeah. I apologize for saying the wrong organization. I get them confused. So this is coming from the guy who can't read people's names right.
That's true.
And you're mad that I got these organizations mixed up. I apologize.
It's true. It's true. But yeah, that was something of concern. And for all of you guys out there, this is just maybe a separate topic and everything. If you guys are upset with CG and you want to show them with your wallet, right? Please,
by all means, stop spending.
Stop spending. But it is a sign of addiction. If you guys can look at it, if you're like, this is awful, and then you go ahead and you spend money on the same game that you're complaining about, right? So do be careful about that. We talked about addiction and stuff, and this game does monopolize a lot on people that have that addiction.
I agree.
So please make sure that you guys are careful with how you spend your money. Don't spend outside your means, all that kind of stuff. But
we try to be good.
It was concerning in his video when he said that. I understand he does have the business side of things, and so he can make up that money through other videos and stuff. So he's a little bit of a different case than a lot of people. But it was something that struck me as odd when I heard the first video. But today's video did clear that up, and he's not spending it. CBO97s donated $2, said, Mommy, Daddy, stop fighting. Bimasu, $2, said, I hope they don't discontinue Twinkies again. I hope so, too. That was a very sad time in my life.
Did that actually happen?
Yeah. Yeah, Hostess actually went bankrupt, and Twinkies were stopped in production. And then they came back. Warrior actually talked about this.
How did you make it through, Finn?
It was difficult. I'm not going to lie.
Did you go?
There was a little bit of a withdrawal period.
Did you like go hoard a bunch of Twinkies and like give yourself like only one Twinkie?
I did have a few boxes that were hoarded. And then they went out of business. I did eat through that stash. So there was a time period that I didn't have any Twinkies. And it was a sad time, I must say. It was a sad time. The Twinkies are back. They are a little bit different, though. Warrior talked about it, and he's right that the new Twinkies are not quite as overloaded with the cream filling inside, and they now have something in them that gives them an expiration date. The expiration date used to be like 15 years or something. Now they do have an expiration date, so it's a little.
It's like 6 months.
We just got a new donation from Cubs fan Han. He says, "FCG, that's simple. I'm with you, brother.
There you go.
I'm with you, brother."
Yeah, I'm not arguing with that. I think CG has done a lot of things that have been.
They could have done a better job so many times.
They could have. They could have done a lot of things that were better. Yeah, it was just this one. I think is slightly misplaced, but I'm glad that it is hopefully going to cause change. Imasu donated $2. Said, "I love penguins. Those tuxedos are cool."
They are.
He also donated $2. Said, "I'm going for a spam mubushi. Anyone want one? I don't know what that is."
Yeah,
they want to put our video on the main screen. They just want to see the four of us. Ranger.
They just want to do what now?
They want to see just the four of us, not the news.
Oh, there.
No. Change the layout to have the big camera instead of the big.
Just zoom, not even anything else.
They want to see us.
No, the other one where you switch it, like that. Okay, it's showing up on the screen now. It was delayed. It was delayed. We didn't see it.
That looks perfect, Ranger.
All right. So yeah, Kane seen the death battle YouTube channel Ranger versus Finn.
Listen, Finn's gonna state his piece. I'm gonna state mine. We're gonna.
You should see them talk in person when we don't have the camera on.
Yeah,
we argue. I have no hate towards Ranger, though. Yeah, actually, we disagree.
Ranger, Affinity, I want to go to more places in Disney World. Ranger, I'm hungry. Give me some food.
I just ran a half marathon. Fuck you.
I'm ready. Where can we sit down? My foot hurts. Where can I get a beer in this place?
I thought McGrande was like, it's so funny. Finn was like a monster that day. Just schedule and everything was crazy. But anyway.
Cubs, you're gonna start. We
had like an hour and a half discussion about this already. I'm finally going quiet, Cubs. Please.
I know. You're gonna get me all.
I got mommy and daddy to stop fighting.
Don't worry, Cubs. You missed.
Ranger and I disagree on the first part. Actually, we kind of disagree on both, but more so on the first one. I'm just leaving it at that. I'm just saying we disagree a little bit on the first part. Not so much the second, although some questions about the second, but more disagreement on the first. But it's a separate issue. Yeah.
Just go back, Cubs. You can go back and watch me lose my shit.
Yeah, it was pretty fun.
When I rant, man, I go all in. I'm not going to give you guys a half-ass rant. You don't deserve a half-ass rant.
I'll fight you. Are we going to have like a sing-off? You'll win every time.
Wait, Cubs, is it 8-19 again, John Moran?
Cubs, if you want to jump in, you're more than welcome, brother.
Oh, man.
You know
let's see.
Mess me in Discord. I'll get you in here.
Yeah.
Bimasu, let's just kiss and move forward. Spam on me.
No, not with that beard. No.
As long as it is fried thoroughly. God, I had that unfried one. It's no. Just no.
Okay. No. So.
And then last one, Bimasu, $2, McD poops. Yep. There is that.
I tell you what, man, I've learned a valuable lesson today. Not for a long time, man. Jesus.
And then we had Cubs with the $5. We said FCG. That's simple. And then we had Ludicus donate $2. Thank you, Ludicus, and said, "Is there a moment to simply not log in for a week?"
Forget that shit. Cubs just said I'm literally in only a towel getting ready for my day at 7 p.m. So probably not. All right, the old I just got out of the shower towel bit routine. Hey, okay.
Yeah, I know I'm the odd man out a lot in this conversation, but that's usually the way it is.
But sorry I had to step away for a bit. Can you repeat the stream so far? No, we're
not. Can you repeat the stream so far?
A lot of people disagree with me. There's your summary.
A lot of people disagree with me, and that's okay.
It's okay. It's okay. And Loki and Grande were quiet the whole time.
That's what happens.
Well, Loki went first. Loki and I hadn't spoken like this entire week on this, so
I think I spoke on a lunch stream about it.
Yeah, I know you talked on the lunch stream. Yeah, but
okay. Yep. What's next?
Those are all the super chat donations. I need to get you the list of. I was extra busy, so I didn't have the list of all the.
Tonight,
I'm reading, gentlemen, ladies.
I'm gonna delete the chat shoutouts from the channel because I need to update those. But the rest of the stuff should be fairly similar, so we can do that as a shoutout.
If you guys don't know, we're gonna do shoutouts. We like to shout out everybody. We like to shout out everybody that put the word chaos into the chat.
Yep.
But usually Grande.
Yay, Durgan.
Did you post in Finn stuff yet?
The other stuff just assumed the old ones are correct. I haven't had a chance to get all the names, to be honest.
Okay.
So, yeah. Because it's been I was even late to the stream because it's been
okay. So I'll just start with Patreon and then
God, it's okay for Finn to be wrong.
Okay, here we go. So we're gonna start with Patreon. So we have Alux12, Bimatsu, Buzzsaw, CBO 97, Chaos 13, Chopper BZ, Commander Skywalker, Contingent 33, Darth Teflon, Darth Bob, Devil's Treasure, Dobby, Doc Ravage, Dr. Feelgood, Fling Monkey Poo, Hogzilla, Heinzie, It Poops Bombs, Jassa BM, JOM99, Just a Bum, Khaleeson, Cashmere, Lego, Calrissian, Matthew M. Thomas, Maz Kanata, Most Mike, Indy Fox, Night War, Ouchie Dumpling, Pawsey, Ray Rock, Rose Taco, Revenator, Sanely Red, Shadow Val, Sith Lord, Slash Van Rhodes, Strum Teals, Walter Arnold, and Utah.
I'm scared.
YouTube members. We have Oscar Meow, Bad Rongo, Bimatsu, Buzzsaw VG, CBO 97, Contingent 33, David McKinley, Devil's Treasure, Dexatronic, Dr. Feelgood, Gino, Guzza Buzza, I'm the Dad, Jason Hommel, John Moran, Lionheart, Maya, Maz Kanata, Revenator, Sanely Red, Shadow Val, Slash Van Rhodes, Sparky 125, Stephen Nichols, SWGOH, Gretchen, Teals, Trez Revan, What Else 73, and Youngin.
Hold on, we had a couple donations real quick. Shout them out. Ludicus just under $2 says, is there a movement to not log in for a week? It's being discussed. I think that a lot of people are discussing things are kind of thing. We don't know for sure, but if anything happens, trust me, we'll talk about it. And then Cubs fan said, I'll take Bad Opinions by Finn for $100, Trebek. Yeah. Okay, let's prepare for damage. Here comes.
Okay,
Grande.
Twitch subs: Oscar Meow, Bad Rongo, Bear JH15, Big Country Mags, Biscuit Weasel, Black Bear Pepe, Bimatsu, Buzzsaw VG, CBO 97, Cold Flame 7, Contingent 33, Corinth, Battlesphere. I'm probably saying that
that's
wrong.
Fine. Yeah, you got it right.
Darcion, 1972, Deadpool Kyle, Sir Loki, Doc Ravage, Dr. Feelgood, Escape Podcast, Fighting Drunk, Flash Step 19, Grande Patron, Heinze, Jassa BM, Jedi Knight Jaw, Jojo from NL, that's probably like the Netherlands, that's awesome. JOM99, Khaleeson Roke, Kidioda, Kono Noba Naga.
That's pretty close.
Dang, I'm
not
trying.
bad. You're improving. You're improving.
Better.
Lego 94, Mataruk, Maz Kanata, Nemoto Namikaze 17, Mole 129, Mustang Groot, No Tuck or Not Tuck. I guess not Tuck.
Not Tuck.
Ouchie, Rage Quit 2019, Sanely Red, Skywalker Vader, Slash Van Rhodes. I've messed this one up before. Sons Higuri.
That's pretty close. That's pretty damn good.
I tried hard on some of these guys. Teals the Smurf, Torin Jax, TTT, Soft Furry.
Yeah, you're saying that, but it's the first parts are supposed to be reminiscent of the beginning of McVenom's name.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
There you go. Yeah, you're figuring it out. I'm just letting you know. They spelled it that way.
I'm reading it as they wrote it.
I know.
As best I can.
I understand. She put it that way as kind of an innuendo type thing.
Got you. Tex Wade, Urban Blaster, Vet Tech, 2422, Wolfell, and then XI Orban Tag HR. I don't know. Man, I got that messed up. I really apologize. I'm sure there's a better. I'm really apologize. And then Quinn Pin Gaming. And
it's
then
actually
Ziglet.
pretty damn good.
How are you guys pronouncing this X1 Orb
It's not
10
a 1, it's an L.
Tagger?
It's an L. It's a 1 there, but it's supposed to represent an L.
Right. So think of it as an L. So X-Lore.
X-Lore Ben Tagger?
Yeah, you can go with that.
Okay.
Tagger.
Okay. We're going to start out this first one good. Okay, you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, let's do this.
It.
Okay.
So this is people that are in chat. Get
Right.
ready.
This is the chat shout
Before we
out.
do that, we had another $20 donation from my man, Muddy Paws. $20 is for y'all. CG is on hold. Salute, my friend.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So here we go. This is shoutouts. So the first one here is Akaza Brawl.
There we go. I knew this was going to start out awesome.
This is amazing.
Kaza Brawls.
Oh, wow, you went to balls.
Sorry, Brawls. I know it's Brawls. I missed. Anyway. So,
you actually did fine on the first one. You were pretty close on the first one.
Good
but then you went to
old
balls.
Askaja Balls.
Brawls. I misspoke on that one. Andrew Kapta, Oscar Meow, Atomic Fish, Bad Rongo, Boris Bakken, Brian Bode, CBO 97, Commander Skywalker, Connor Frick, Contingent 33, Darth Jar Jar, Denny Crane, Dexatronic, Dreamy Mushroom, Durgan, Dylars, Twilight Tactics, Emperor Bernie, okay, Eric Chavez, EXO, Fatality Cuevas, Fatality V2, Frank Allen, Gav P, Gino, Grande Verga, Grande Patron, Guzza Buzza, Hash Tagger, okay, Jessa BM, James O. Mahoney,
Money.
John Moran, JVU 420, Keyboard the Planet Eater, Mark Garnett, Matt Richmond, Maddie Chevelle, Maz Kanata, Moss Mike, N.R. Wilson, Nathaniel Morgan, No Ba Naga.
Yes! Yes!
Ouchie Dumpling.
Yes! You got it!
Pudding Tang 2, Rand B 2307.
You're fine. It's R and B, by the way, but it's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Revenator, Riverboy 12, Ronin XI, Rose Taco, Skywalker Vader, Stonewall, the Merovingian.
Oh my God, Grande, you can't miss this one. This is from the Matrix, dude. Come on. The Merovingian. Come on.
Merovingian. Okay, Merovingian. I
It's
got
from
it
the
now.
Matrix. You can't miss that one.
Torin Jax, Vito Onto, Waffle Dolphin, Wolfell, Utah, and then Zoloft Zebra.
Wait.
Zoloft. I got it now. Zoloft Zebra, and then Nightmare.
All right. Other than a few things, Grande, I got to say that's one of the best readings you've done, man. Jesus, I was just waiting for certain ones that you up.
You did well.
Did pretty damn well. Another Merovingian kind of threw you off. The balls thing happened, and then
yeah, you did well.
Zoloft and stuff, but other
I
than that,
corrected it.
Job.
He did. For the record, I'll defend Grande on this one. He messed
good.
up Waffle Dolphin because the next name on the list was Wolfell.
Yeah.
So he didn't call him Wolf Dolphin. He
stopped and then reset it.
He did say
he was on the wrong line. I'll be fair for Grande on this one. Although Wolf Dolphin is pretty kind of cool. Wolfle Dolphin is actually pretty awesome.
A little different.
Wolfle Dolphins, you might want to consider changing your name because Wolfle Dolphins kind of sounds pretty awesome.
But
let me just tell you,
damn good
Jar
job.
Jar. People have actually changed their name so that I have to say some dumbass name, and I gotta tell.
He's not here, but Cybershark changed his name to Sabershark because.
Yeah,
he did. And then some people have changed their name to supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Suck it hard and suck it long.
Damn it, CBO.
Good job, CBO. I salute you. B-Matsu $1.99 donation said did he just say shoutouts?
I hope not. I hope I didn't say that.
Dark Jar Jar, they changed their names, huh? Well, if you want to trip them up, this happens. I remember when we had supercalifragilistic.
We did. We had some goofy ones, man, and you're like,
we had some really bad names. Yeah.
We had some names, and it was like, man, I'm gonna screw this up.
I don't know.
And then I just said it.
Oh no, bunga.
Oh man, he laughed in here. He laughed in here one time.
No bunga.
I've said
The wolf fell. I have the tail from McVenom. Now I need a waffle. So he's waffle tail.
Oh, waffle tails.
Waffle tail.
Going here and there and everywhere. Jesus. All right, let's get to some questions.
All right.
Let's wrap this up because I'm starting to feel the appendicitis pains. Goddamn McDonald's. Jesus Christ. Never again.
Oh,
man.
you gotta take care of yourself at your age.
I do, man. I walk, I work out, I do push-ups, I eat healthy. You're growing vegetables.
The most difficult names for Grande seem to be ethnic. That's not true. That is not true. I try really hard on people's names that are not in English. I try really hard.
Oh my god, that's awful.
Don't even get me started.
You would think Grande would be better at those ethnic names because he goes to the ethnic grocery store all the time. So
I had to Google today. I had to Google how to spell the last name.
Castillo. No, Moss Mikey.
I did. I had to Google how do you spell Castillo because I was just having a brain fart.
Oh my god, I'm gonna die.
Oh my god.
I figured it out.
Awful, Dark Jar Jar. Awful.
I figured it out.
Oh my god. Ethnic. Jesus, he put in quotations too for Grande.
I know, man. Hey, at least I try. There's always a guy at the convenience store, and I always try to call him by his name, but his name looks like a cuss word, and I always try to say it and not say the cuss word and say his name, and he always smiles and says, "Thanks for trying."
Good old no bunga. All right, let's get to some questions and wrap this up, Finn.
All right, how many questions do you want to do? Because we're already at 10, so.
I'll leave.
We have a lot.
Well, yeah, but we can kind of, if it's the same kind of question, let's just answer one of the same kind of genre and stuff, and then we can just.
All right, we'll try to get through as many questions as we can, guys, because we know we're trying to keep these around 2 hours. We obviously go long on several days, but we'll try to answer some of the questions.
I'm sorry,
but
everyone.
Don't forget, by the way.
I apologize, everyone, because Ranger lost his mind.
Yep, 8/19. Just bookmark that. But just in case, we do have Saturday mornings, 10 a.m. Eastern time. We have Star Wars Jedi Academy, which is where we actually do a 2-hour question and answer streams. If you guys do have questions about the game, make sure you join us 10 a.m. Eastern time on Saturdays, where we have a panel list of people there to answer your questions, including Ranger and myself. Grande and Loki are usually, Loki is usually on. Grande sometimes
they're sleeping.
Yeah. But then we also have people like Heinze and Grid when he can join, and T Money, good old Marie. Yeah. So I mean, we have a whole panel of people. So try to join us if you guys do have questions, and we can't get to them today, 10 a.m. Eastern time on Saturday. Questions are first come, first serve. So when you guys head in there, just go ahead and make sure you ask.
I like first come, first serve. You know what? Let's just do 10 questions. First 10 people that got the questions on the board, top 5 answers.
Yeah. All right, first one from Utah.
Okay.
It says, since it's my birthday, can I get a Sven audio shout out? Happy birthday, by the way, Utah.
You know, let me see if I can pull it up. Let me see here if I can do this. I was thinking about this.
Jar, are you going to invite Arnold to Jedi Academy? I'll just sneak that one in. We have invited him before, and he has joined us. It's usually a scheduling thing.
Yeah, I think he has got some scheduling issues.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
he has done it, so it's not like he hasn't done it.
Proposed to his girlfriend.
All right, let me highlight my video here. Let me just spotlight me. Okay, there we go. And then we'll do a birthday shout out from Sven. So let me go down to the Sven. All right, let me do this. All right, we got this. And then let's put, where is he? Where's old Sven? Where is he? God damn it, I can't find him now. Did I remove it? Oh, no. No, I wouldn't have done that. Let's see. No, that's not
you might have to move your face around to get it right.
Well, let me look at it. That's not it. That's Bob Ross. That's Coffee. That's Harry Carey. That's Cyanide. That's Viking. God bless America, 3PO, Top Hat. God damn it.
He's got Bob Ross. He's got like all these.
I'm looking for. Hold on, I'm gonna.
Well, that's because Bob Ross is Raging Spaniard.
Hey, there was Viking. Oh wait, that's the wrong guy.
Yeah, we need Sven.
And you're gonna have to like stand up really straight. I could already tell by the way it looks.
Hopefully you didn't delete it because Sven is gone.
No, I'll probably have the image. I have to find it now. I just got to look for which one it is. Oh, for Christ's sake!
Well, maybe while he's looking, we can answer another question.
Yeah, answer some questions while I look for this.
All right, we'll get that for you. Yeah. Next one, Rose Taco question: how do I get good mods?
Oh man, you gotta turn over a bunch of rocks, man.
RNG. By the way, hopefully tomorrow I will be able to do the second set of my mod asparagus and taking the blues to purple. We did find that we were fairly close to 25% going from greens to blues. We had 14 out of the expected 16 that we did. So we'll do the blues to purples tomorrow. We're expecting 4 of the
blues and more than happy birthday. Who's the birthday today?
Utah.
On the Uta isn't the birthday boy. Happy birthday to, happy birthday to, happy birthday to Uta. Happy birthday to, or the burden, feed the pooty.
There you go. Happy birthday, Utah.
Way to go.
Yeah, I know. Roast Taco, the correct answer is you have to play the game because Roast Taco quit playing the game, which is sad.
That is sad.
But he's still hanging around because we love Roast Taco despite the fact that he hates me. What else 73? Question. So what's been going on this week in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes? Not much. It's been fairly quiet.
Nothing happened. Nothing happened on the stream here. Nothing to see here. We're fine.
Community drama.
Everyone's fine.
Nothing to see here. Move along.
How are you? How are you?
Next question.
Akasha Brawls. So we can see all of us now, Ranger.
I'm fixing it right now. Give me a damn minute, Grande.
Akasha Brawls.
I love how Grande doesn't do a goddamn thing and then has the audacity.
I'm here because I'm here for my winning personality.
All right. Hey, Felipe Diogo.
Hey.
He says, "Hi all, greetings from Portugal."
Portugal
represents.
Balançar soy su pickles. We learned that for Portuguese. We believe that means grab your pickles. We're not 100% and we're saying it correctly, but we believe that is. We believe that's how we say it.
Yeah. We might be grabbing something else.
Say it again, Finn. Say it again, just so.
Balançar su pickles.
Un pickles. That's right.
We believe we're saying that correct. God, we learned the weirdest thing in other languages. Sure. All right, let's go ahead and get to the next question. Akasha Brawls, who's excited to not play this game for 2 days?
I get a lot of
sleep. I have fun in the game.
I do too.
I'm just not paying with my wallet. Ultimately, all that's not going to matter. It's going to be more about the wallet than anything else. I mean, it'll be a nice statement if a lot of people don't play, but I mean, yeah.
We'll see.
It really means off with the pickle. Jar Jar. Awful.
Damn it.
All right. Next one. What else? 73.
Wrong.
What else? 73. Question for Relic 7 gas. Why so many different options for the triangle primary? Offense, crit damage, protection. I'm so confused.
Don't be. There's one of those three. It's just what you want. What your other mods are giving you.
Agreed.
Will dictate what you put on the triangle. Like if you're just not got a lot of good offense mods, say with protection and protection secondaries, maybe you need that protection on that triangle. But if you do have that, maybe you need more damage on your gas, right? You need that crit damage, or maybe you're lacking in offense. Maybe you're overall. You can go with that. So that's why those are three commonly ones said. So it just depends on what the rest of your set's giving you that you're using,
and what you're using it for, right? Because offense is better than crit damage if you're focusing on a damage dealing gas, but you're facing things with crit damage immunity. Right, so if you're facing things with crit damage immunity, and the most likely scenario that we're seeing now is a Kenobi on a team with a Rey,
right?
Potentially, if you're using gas on a different team, like the Padme counter potentially,
or you got crit immunity now. You got crit immunity with advantage up on on a
I think I went offense. I'm gonna look at my gas real quick. What do I put on mine? Give a second. 1 second, my friend, and I'll tell you.
I have like 2 sets, and I just switch them back and forth.
Yeah, I hate that but that's the reason. If you're facing crit damage immunity, crit damage is worthless, and if you want to focus on damage,
I didn't even do crit damage. I just focused on offense out the ass and protection out the ass for him. So speed's not a factor. Mine's on like 240 something speed.
Yep. Agreed.
That's the reason. It's modding based on specific counters. Protection is the most general and useful if you need one. The other two are going to be a little more specific.
Science.
Dexatronic question. Have you guys heard something odd happening with Arnold T101? No.
Nothing at all.
Yeah.
No clue what you mean.
I mean, being that he is like the biggest YouTuber, I would imagine there would be something on the forums if something happened, but no, it's fine.
No, I didn't really know. Yeah.
No, I think everything is fine.
And I didn't cuss.
John Moran question. I Relic 7 Ray today. I'm running an offense and health set on her. I have her at 509 speed and 154k health. What stats should I mod her for?
I went with I'll give you mine. She is currently at 575 speed. Health is the primary thing you want her. Don't even think about protection. I have mine at 182,000. Could be a little bit better, but I have a health set and a speed set on her with a lot of health primaries and things of that nature with offense. So that's what I went with. Gives you an idea. Just look on GG, you'll see what mine is at.
Next question. Fatality. Question for Ranger. On Cub's video yesterday, you were on. It was suggested about the game to shut down shop. Your thoughts?
Yeah, there was a couple things thrown out. So that was an option. Boycott was an option.
No, he's saying that there was a thing saying that the game was about to shut.
The game itself, not the actual us not logging in. Okay, yeah. I misunderstood.
That's his question. And correct me if I'm wrong, but he said it was suggested the game is about to shut.
There was an opinion stated that based off recent events and the way the game's been going and things of that nature, lack of content, lack of communication, it's a possibility that the game might be on its last legs, right?
I think that is a possibility.
And the reason that was also brought up, because you saw what happened with Battlefront 2 just out of the blue, just it was announced, right? Nobody was expecting it. Nobody saw it coming. It's a possibility. I think if the game's still making money, I don't think that'll be a thing unless something dramatic happens. But you never know, right? I mean, I couldn't give you percentage on like what I think is going to happen based off their experience and what they were saying. Someone gave some opinions that it could be based off what they were seeing with everything and all the data that was showing that this might be the possibility that this was happening. So do I think it's a possibility? Yes. Do I think it's going to happen? Probably not unless some other things happen, but we'll see. I can't give you a concrete answer on that one. Your guess is as good as mine.
Yep. Next question. Jasa BM. I know she had left, but we'll still answer her question. She says, has the game now changed so dramatically that a galactic legend is basically required to compete?
No.
For Squad Arena, yes.
Yes.
Since the changes, it is very difficult to get high rank in Arena with the counter teams now. Currently,
yeah. It's you have to which aspect of the game you're talking about, right? So, for instance, in Squad Arena, yes. TW, depending on your guild's GP, possibly, right? JC, possibly, depending on how your count's set up, right? Like for me, I only faced one person with a race. I didn't even see her. She was in my group, but she wasn't even maxed out, right? And we saw the results of 3v3. But Finn doesn't face any of that stuff, but his account's set up differently than mine, right? His is a lower tier. He's got more GP than me, but it's lower tier as compared to mine, which is less GP, but higher focus on top end. So again, there's a lot of different factors that go into that question, right? Is it required? For certain things, I would say if you want to do well in them, yes. But is it a necessity? No. You can still do other parts of this game like Finn demonstrates and still have fun.
Yeah. It's completely dependent on your roster.
And what you expect or want out of the game.
Yeah. Nightmare. Question to Loki. Why can we only hit Heroic Sith twice a week? Last week I finished number 1 in Heroic Sith and I could not receive rewards.
No, I remember that. It had you on a what is it, on a timer or something. So good question. I mean, I guess it just depends when you start. The Heroic Sith, because I think you should be able to do 3 a week, but it depends when that week starts, right? I think that's the issue. So if you had a raid, what is it? If you had I'm just gonna throw it out there. If you had a raid like ending Sunday, and then you got in on another raid that same week, so let's say maybe Wednesday or something. So maybe it'll lock you out. I don't know. It has something to do with when you enter the raid also, because I've gotten 3 before, but it's
yeah, you should be able to get 3.
Get them in like the middle of the week or something, right? As opposed to,
I think it resets on Sunday based on the reset of the original guild you entered when guild started.
Yeah,
it's something super screwy like that. Like it's a timer you can't even see.
Right. Yeah, because if the guild is I don't know, European time or something, and then you're coming from a US guild, then it's gonna get all screwed up.
Let's see. Next question. Vormax question. In your opinion, is CG A dumb, B corrupt, C ruled by double standards, or D all of the above?
Oh boy, oh boy. Do we really want to answer this?
Yeah. I mean, honestly, the answer is all of the above.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's just not for this instance. That's my only point. They've done all this stuff for other reasons. All right, Nathaniel Morgan, question. Are sweaters and hoodies the same thing? No.
Grande is mentally brain dead.
This is actually the difference right here. This right here is the difference between a sweater and a hoodie. It is the hoodie.
It's
just going to throw that out there. It's called a hoodie for a reason.
I was concerned about Finity's well-being. No, come on, guys.
No. I appreciate you were concerned about my well-being. I'm a little concerned that you haven't noticed that over the past 4 years, I have worn like a hoodie for like 70% of the stream.
I was my rear off today, and I thought it's probably hot in Florida. Why is Finn wearing a hoodie today?
Because the RSG ones are very comfortable.
Yeah, that's literally where I went.
The RSG hoodies are really comfortable. This is the new one, by the way. It has let me do this really quick. This is the new RSG one. Has the big RSG logo. So this is the new one that we have on.
Where would someone get one of those, Finity, if they
from our Zazzle store, which is linked down below? Oh, I got one. It's extremely comfy. We have the old one too. I don't have it here. The old one is the black one that has our Silverbolt drawings on there. So that is there too. I have that too. I was wearing that one all the time. Then I got this one, and this one is comfy. So this one.
That one was black. I just didn't see it. That must have been what it was. It got covered up by your microphone.
Can we move on, please?
I'm saying it matches his microphone, dog.
I didn't have this thing before, by the way. Just a constant digging of a hole with Grande. Nightmare question. Arnold was making fun of Jedi Academy segment you guys do on Saturday in his GA stream versus Dastra. Why stick up for someone who thinks they are better than you? Get off your high horse, Arnold.
I'm going to disagree with that because he's had nothing but complimentary things to say about Dastra. I watched that video. I don't know what you're talking about.
He was joking around, calling that it was the Empire rebellion against the Jedi Academy, and he was saying things. I don't think he was saying it in the and maybe I missed it. But I don't think he was saying it in the context of our stream Jedi Academy. He was saying it because she's Jedi Master Dastra and was referring to her organization as the Jedi Academy and his as the Kyber Club Empire, basically.
Hey, I'm looking out for JMA though, but if he used the account that got banned and beat her in GAC, she should.
I honestly, I think it is. I think it was that account that
get her rewards.
Which I was throwing this out there just to
look out
say,
for my sister, man.
I'll just say this out just because it was fun. Step 1, beat Dastra in GAC. Step 2, Step 3, account is banned. I'm just throwing that out there.
Oh man. Oh man. Oh man.
I'm just throwing that out.
Oh man. Doesn't everyone know? I'm sorry.
You don't beat Dastra in GAC. Let that be the rule to everybody else. I'm just kidding. All right. Let's see. Next question is let's see. Dark Jar Jar question. You really think that a person that broke terms of service is the proper symbol for rule breakers? Oh my god. You guys are having too much fun with that. Let's see. Let me see. Stonewall question. Do you think that the YouTubers are killing this game because they're not making as much money as CG and they're making money off the backs of the community?
That's a big stretch, though. That's a big stretch.
Wow. No.
I mean, nobody would expect to make as much money as CG, right?
Yeah. Nobody's making $1 billion in 5 years here, guys. Yeah.
It's not. I mean, I don't think that's what it is. I mean, let's be honest, a lot of these content creators, not so much mobile, because mobile had a following coming into Galaxy of Heroes, but like Arnold and Cubs, if he's still around, he can speak for himself in the chat, I'm sure. Their following and everything came with Galaxy of Heroes. And they've had, at least with the game, not the developers, but with the game, they've had a good relationship. The game has helped them grow their channel. same thing with us, right? Ours started with Galaxy of Heroes, and we thank all of you guys for helping us grow the channel. But the game helps us do it. The developers are kind of, I don't know what they're doing. It almost seems like they are in an adversarial relationship with the content creators, but I don't think it has anything to do with like the monetary part of it. It has more to do with the fact that they seem very thin-skinned to criticism.
Big time. And
they don't take anything as constructive. They seem to take everything as insulting. And it has been a problem since the beginning, unfortunately. And I'm going to go back. Maybe it is because of the thin skin that was Cozy Spoon that set this as the precedent for it, right? But Cozy Spoon it amused me because I kind of just appreciate this like snarky remarks. But for people that actually had questions, it was really bad. And it's kind of just continued now where the communications department at CG, both to the community and internally to like game changers and stuff, has just been poor. And I think that's ultimately
I wonder if they communicate poorly to each other. Like they have every other Friday off, and some guy comes in and he's like, "What happened? I'm here to go to work." And they're like, "Oh, no one told you we have every other Friday off." Yeah. I mean, like, do they communicate this poorly with each other?
I mean, possibly. I mean, what they take, like 8 weeks off for Christmas?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's like I said, I don't understand their dynamic. I don't know how it works. It's very poor with the community, but they're still making money.
Hey, I want to know, are they still going to do their live stream for the children's hospital of like?
I have no clue.
You remember how they do that on Twitch? Like they stream
I know.
Once a year.
And it should be around this month, right? I think they do it in June, if I recall. I don't remember for sure.
I think they do it in June.
I think it is in June.
So are they going to do their children's hospital stream?
I honestly don't know.
Like,
what
should
is there?
We have a big post about it?
I'm trying to remember what it is. It's the Child's Play.
It's like the Shriners Hospital, right?
No. It's not Shriners, but it's similar. It's for children. I know that.
St. Jude's Hospital. That's what it is.
Are you sure? I don't think it's St. Jude's either.
I don't remember what it is, but yeah. But whatever it is.
I don't think it's St. Jude. Hold on. I'm trying to see if I can figure out what it is.
It was a local children's hospital. I remember that. It was something.
Well, they have them all over. It's their
the
local
Child's
version.
Play, or it's called something like that. That's what I'm trying to figure out. But I think it's called.
Fine, but so.
Yeah, it's something I'm gonna try and remember. But
they normally make a post about it.
They do. So I'm trying to figure out. I was trying to search the forums when their last post was on it. But I'm not finding it right now. Doing a quick check here one more time, because then we'll call it here because we've gone through a lot of questions. We'll do one more question after this, but let me just see if I can try and figure out the last date that this was. See, it is for June 22nd was the date, and it was called Extra Life. Sorry, it's Extra Life for the Children's Miracle Network.
Children's Miracle Network. There we go.
Yep, Extra Life for the Children's Miracle Network. They did it on June 22nd and June 14th. So it would be in the next couple weeks that they would normally do it.
Hope they do, man. Raise some money.
Let me just double check. Yeah, the first one. Oh no, one of them was September 8th. Sorry, in 2018 they did it September 8th. In 2019 they did it June 22nd. They're going to do it
again.
I don't know.
Right.
I have no clue. But yeah, they're doing it. Well, they don't have a consistency is what I was trying to say. In 2018, they did it in September. In 2019, they did it in June. So I don't know what their schedule
I mean, we don't even know if they're going to the office now because of COVID, right? They could be working.
I don't think they are. I think people in Cali can correct me, but I think Cali is still phase one.
I don't want to spoiler alert. Loki, are you going to work now?
Yeah, we started last week, like doing rotating shifts and all that for work. So,
yeah. All right, let's do one last question here. That is an interesting thought, though, Grande. I hadn't thought about that. So Revenator has a question. It says, my question is to Finn. Why have so many other accounts been unbanned by CG's hand within a day if they have no authority over EA's ban? It's because I believe there are some bans that CG can initiate, right? Without EA having to investigate it. That's my point. And Bulldogs is one of those. I will say that Bulldogs is completely a CG one. I don't think this had anything to do with EA. So that one, for example, would be a CG ban that they decided to continue, and they continued, especially with his alt account, right? So they kind of continued it because they were enforcing the end user license part of it, more so than just the terms of service on a particular account. It depends, I suppose, on what the infraction is and whether or not it gets to the EA level. If it's something EA investigation based versus something that they find on CG. And we're seeing a little bit, at least from this, in terms of the delineation. Anything that requires something to your account in particular is going to go through EA, and that's where the ban goes. Something that is based on the analytics is going to be more through CG. So stuff like cheating and stuff doesn't surprise me that it would be through CG, because EA is not going to run analytics on cheating. It's going to be through CG to try and figure out whether or not they're doing it correct. So there is going to be a delineation of duties there between the parent company and the subsidiary to make sure that they're doing something and just not solely relying on the parent. That's why they're getting paid by EA to produce this game. So it's a little bit of a mix depending on the situation. So I don't want to necessarily put a umbrella statement saying that this is always CG, this is always EA. It's going to be a individual thing based on the hierarchy that is set up between EA and CG as the parent company and the subsidiary. So that's what it is. But yep. And that's it. We'll stop there for questions because it is almost 10:30.
Yes. Finn needs to take a shower because he stinks. And with that, we always like to say thank you to everybody for being here tonight. Make sure you hit that thumbs up and subscribe. We always appreciate it if you do. Watch the video.
We're almost at 100 likes. We're at 92 thumbs up right now.
Oh my God, we're so close.
Can we break 100 before we start?
There.
Just a little further. Loosen up. But while we're waiting for that to come in, with we love all our VIPs. We love all the people that sponsor us. We love all the people that subscribe on Twitch. Every single one. Whether you agree with us or not, it doesn't matter. We love you. You're amazing. We think you're amazing.
We don't agree with each other sometimes.
Oh,
we broke 100. Woo!
Woo!
There it is, baby.
But these are our gold VIPs. These people give a lot to support the channel, and we just want to give them a special highlight because they go out above their way to make sure that we get a lot of stuff and supporting the channel with what they can. And let's just thank you. Everybody, we appreciate everybody, but just want to give special recognition for these people that go above and beyond what, a lot of people do. And we want to say thank you. It's the least we can do is to highlight these awesome people as gold VIPs. And then last but not least, we'll put up the final thing here. Not much else to say. You can see when we stream. Not much to say there. But we just want to say thank you. Yeah, I got heated tonight, but God damn it, that's why you watch. If it wasn't like that, then what's the point? If you don't care about something, then why even do it?
And in the end, we still love each other.
Yeah, Finn's my brother. If anybody ever mess with Finn, like people at work who he won't give me their names for, which I'll find out on my own, then I'm going to have a problem with it. I'm just going to have to crack some knuckles. But in all seriousness, the last thing we'll say is, besides thumbs up and subscribe, is guys, keep your social distancing. Coronavirus is a big thing going on out there. We want to keep you guys around, so keep your social distancing, wear your mask, wear your gloves, wash your hands, be safe. We don't want anybody to catch this crap. We want you to be safe, look out for one another. That's the most important thing. And we'll be back tomorrow for our normal lunch hour stream. And then Friday we'll be back for our normal lunch hour stream. And then Saturday we'll be back with another awesome edition of Jedi Academy. And then maybe some more D&D on Sunday. We got some really cool stuff coming up on our 4-year anniversary. I cannot believe we got the 4 years. Yeah, it's a lot of stuff going on. I'm going to already start streaming some other stuff from City of Villains Heroes, my old gaming crew. We're working diligently to try to get our characters to snuff. And good Lord, did they put a lot of crap in that game since I quit. Oh my God, I was getting a tutorial today. I feel like I was in school learning how to read for the first time. It was madness. So, but we appreciate every single one of you. Be safe. Look out for one another. Be respectful. With that, we're going to call this one done. So on behalf of myself and the crew, have a safe rest of your night, and we will holler at you later. Peace out.